I'm just saying, nothing's stopping you.
There is a little thing.
There's a little thing
It's a
called
little
D&D.
thing.
Yeah, we're playing. We're dungeoning our dragons.
Just a tad busy.
It's a bad
Just a
thing.
little,
And
just a little
besides,
bit.
not worth it. Letting go of D&D for like 5 seconds of Dragon.
We are not even gonna get crumbs. I'm betting my fucking life.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a bunch of bullshit like it was last time.
Yeah.
I like 5 seconds of footage.
Alrighty. We're live. Hello, Internet.
Hello, internet.
Hello, internet.
Hello, internet.
Yep, that part. So. Right, fuck, we do announcements on this.
We can stop. We don't have to.
We've been doing announcements for like 100...
40-something sessions?
Matter,
Yeah.
but now it's your show.
I know, but I feel weird just stopping doing them.
Good,
Anyways,
too.
hello Internet, and welcome to our Thursday Dungeons and Dragons game. Dungeons and Dragons. My name is Tim. I'm the DM of this clusterfuck that you are about to witness. And the players are as follows. Thane, playing the elf wizard rogue.
Playing the elf Leah. Yeah, Thane is playing Leah.
Damn
guys.
it! Fuck you!
Woo!
Anyways, Leah.
That's me, Mario. By the way, Vegeta apparently got a PlayStation 5. Someone
Already?
is sending him-
Goddamn.
Yes. So Vegeta wanted a
Holy
PlayStation 5 on
shit.
Twitter. Someone is sending it to him.
That's hilarious. Anyways, moving on. Hazel, playing the Azamar
Yeah?
Paladin, Kaisalor.
Woo!
Yay! You got it.
That's it. That's all you get. But
Alright, we got a
with
woo.
feeling.
Yeah. Soda Saint playing Tarina, the whatever the fuck, Wizard Ranger.
Did you know that if you spell Tim backwards, you get mitt? And since mitt is a type of glove, Tim's DMing is like a glove. Ha 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 ha.
I don't.
I was very nice playing.
I'm gonna
with you
go
guys.
have
Yeah.
a
I'm gonna
stroke.
go.
I'm gonna go leave.
I'm gonna
now.
jump.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go jump.
You guys
From
enjoy the
the
game. Nando, you're DM now.
That's hilarious.
Speaking of Nando, he plays our paladin, sorcerer, bard, Snowy. Oh.
Yeah. You got
Oh.
it.
Sorry about that. Meow. I'm eating. I'm sorry.
He's eating
He's
KFC.
got- Yeah, he's got chicken in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's not a euphemism. He is eating chicken. Anyways, so
I never.
I hate
Everything
about this.
I just
everything
don't know.
about this is just agony.
I was like, do you have to grab the low-hanging fruit, man?
No, I mean.
yes, yes I do.
Someone save us.
So
Someone.
jumping into tonight's session, picking up where we left off last time, you guys had finally made it to Port Damali on the Menagerie Coast after narrowly dying to earth elementals. I'm sorry, air elementals. Holy fuck.
You get there. You get
Yeah.
there. We trust you.
Air
What do you
elementals. On the Drunken Beauty, Eco's airship, an airship captain you had previously flown with, and then when he was just a boat captain, you also were on his ship as well. You were heading to Port Damali, or toward the Menagerie Coast in general, to deal with some Tarina stuff that was happening. Apparently, the Clasp had an ongoing contract to deal with rune quills, and when word finally spread, somehow, it couldn't have possibly been that she was just throwing her name around a lot, that Runequill was still alive, they struck. You eventually took care of a small cell of clasp agents, and for a moment thought that was that, until you were also given a writ that was intercepted by Seeker Osum Imring, who apparently had been written by Tarina's uncle, saying that whoever's masquerading as one of his family members needs to be stopped, or the Clovis Concord was going to get involved. So, deciding to head to the Menagerie Coast to figure out what was happening, you made it to Port Damali, ran into, by happenstance, someone from Snowy's past, Ixan, a formidable, large, red-scaled, dragonborn acrobat of sorts. Uses a little bit of physical comedy in his act. Had informed Snowy that the rest of the Magnificent Six had been arrested in Tisoa, because his old group that he used to run with had apparently started running with a new group called the Golden Grin, in an effort to aid Snowy in his search for his parents from the shadows. Learning of this, Snowy also learned that Ixan believes they have found his mother in Tisoa. At that point, as you all rested for the evening, and Keisler finished up chucking a little bit of that briny bitch, you all eventually find rest. Awaken the following morning, rested, rejuvenated, some of you a little hungover, but rearing to go. So, Arcane Dawn, what do you wish to do?
Come on, people, speak. It's okay.
Yeah? You promise?
Yeah.
I mean, we should be getting out of here.
Yes. But we are going to go to save. Wow, English. We're gonna save Snowy's people, right?
I
That's
believe the plan was to go to Tuswa, wasn't it?
Yeah. We'll go there, Will. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you guys make the plan. So,
well. There isn't much of a plan. We don't have many options. We go to the city. We try to see if we can find the Celezo woman that has more information, and we do what we have to. Of course.
Tari
okay
just
with that.
takes a moment to. Is there a balcony or something, DM?
In the Marquis suite? Absolutely.
Tari just takes a moment to go out on the balcony and just sniffs the sea air and just takes in the morning view.
Snipers. Trina dies. No, I'm just kidding. You step
Yeah.
out onto the balcony and feel the morning air and the salt spray from the nearby docks. It's nice.
The shops are already making
You
their
see
more.
the Gilded Esplanade is already coming alive with commerce and other, buskers and strange bits of entertainment.
It's good to be home. And then I just go back inside and I grab a bundle of grapes.
DM.
Hmm.
Is Ixon still asleep?
No, he's awake.
God damn it, never mind.
Has his pack on his shoulder, just kind of standing by the door waiting. So what are you guys doing? Are you leaving?
Yeah, we're leaving.
Yeah,
I
we
thought that
should-
was clear, yeah.
Tuswa. I try to think, DM. What would be a journey from Port Damali to Tusawad on horseback.
Well, you guys discussed this last session. You were gonna ride by the river.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. By the Tyodan River. Ixan kind of looks at you all. So, is there any preparations you need to make before we, hit the road?
Usually
Oh.
we tend to stock on potions. Not sure if we are going to do that today.
Perhaps we should have breakfast before we head out.
You don't have traveling food.
Can we?
Or just grab something.
We're on a bit of a tight
Yeah.
schedule.
Oh, we have
Yeah.
8 great healing potions. I'm just gonna start distributing 8 great healing English.
Yeah.
8 greater healing potions. God
Look,
damn it.
I'm glad it's just not me who can't speak today.
Gosh. 2 for each one of us because we're full.
Fantastic. I love when things are even.
Yes.
The numbers are the best.
I have one already, so I'm giving one to Ixen.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm
Thanks,
just gonna.
Kind of looked over it. Thanks. Kind of slides it into his pack.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's just. I think we're right. We're right. Good. Let's just hit the road already.
Yeah, we could just grab like a bunch of breakfast pastries or something on the way out. Not like sweet, but like a meat pie or something. We have something called shawarma here.
Whatever you can eat as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
need to pick some stuff up on the way. We can't wait for.
It's something. It's a grab and go sort of thing.
Sure.
Yeah. You ever ate shawarma on horseback? Doesn't sound very fun. By the
Well,
way, you do have
You know
horses,
what?
right?
You have a point.
About totally.
That. We need to find a livery, don't we?
I'm assuming
Let's
you have
go, let's go
coin
fast.
for horses.
Yes, we have money.
That is not to be a problem. No.
Good.
You know what we can buy horses?
Yeah, the stables.
Let's take us to the stable. God damn it! Stop standing around then.
He steps out.
I go right behind him, and when he takes a couple steps, I just push him slightly to the front
Yeah.
and smile.
Just push him on his back. He looks over at you. Little, tiny little gout of flame kind of bursts out of his nostrils.
I wink.
Push me, kid. You guys make your way out of the Gilded Tankard. Make your way up the main thoroughfare. The sounds and smells all kind of bombard your senses. It's a much different beast than you're used to with Abdar's Promenade. It's a lot louder. It smells way heavier of sea salt and like extravagant spice, and a dozen different competing perfumes kind of all mingle in the air. People are a little more pushy. You can see a few people kind of grab you by the elbow and it's like, fresh fish, and kind of you have to like pull yourself off of them and continue moving past them. It's a lot more crowded as well than Abdar's Promenade. You get the sense that Port Damali itself seems to have a bit of a population issue. But nonetheless, you continue pushing forward towards the northern gates of Port Damali, where you can see Silverwind Stables. And Nixon kind of nods. This is where my horse is stabled. I'm assuming you all can procure your own as well. You can
Yeah, we
see
can.
There's a sun-damaged, like very dark tanned-skinned human man, probably in his late 50s, with this, vibrant red hair that is slowly beginning to go gray. Currently, in the process of like forking hay into a few troughs. And he just kind of gives a recognizable kind of head nod to Ixan and looks towards the rest of you. Hello, are you looking to get some horses for travel today, or perhaps a wagon?
No, just the horses will be fine.
Very well. Are you looking for speed or for power?
Speed.
Speed.
The fastest ones.
100% speed.
Very well. That will cost you roughly 75 gold pieces apiece.
Are
That
those
is-
your fastest ones?
Yes. The swiftest horses you can get in Port Damali, you have my word.
Sounds like a great deal then. And she'll fork up 75.
I'm watching his body languages. Does it sound like he's pulling one over on us?
Roll an insight check.
18.
No, that is the average rate of horses.
Okay.
I'm
Just-
gonna
just
give him
making
300
sure.
gold from the bag of holding.
You're gonna take what?
Yeah. 300 gold. 75 times 4. Oh,
Oh, cool. So,
right? Because
No,
we
Ixen
have...
already has a horse.
Oh, so yeah. So, yeah. I'll just give it... Yeah.
Very
I
well.
want to
Our riding horses are right in there. Just take your pick of whichever one you wish.
I want a white one.
Easily find a white one.
I want a funny looking one. Is there one that is funny looking?
Jesus Christ.
No, there aren't any funny-looking horses. You get the sense all the funny-looking ones are probably killed and eaten.
Oh. I'll grab a random one, and I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna make you funny looking.
All right then. So
Jesus.
each of you grab a horse. Easy enough.
I find one that is like gray. Does it have like dappled fur or anything?
Sure, yeah.
I grab a horse.
Guy just walks in, picks up a horse with her bare hands, and just
Yeah, I
walks it out.
lift it over my head, yeah.
Yeah, each of you get a horse. There are the stables are immense. There are a number of different horses, both male, female, various colored coats. Some have their manes braided. Some are just well brushed. Some are cut short. There's a number of horses to be found in all different styles.
DM?
Yes.
Is there a way that I can roll to deduce if we buy double the amount of horses, like to rest one of them while we're not riding and have the other one riding behind, how much time we would shave out of the trip?
It would actually come out about the same, because you'll be the path that you guys have chosen to take. That is a lot of horses for that path, so
Okay, that's fine.
you actually wouldn't save really any time. It'd probably actually cost you extra time, just to make sure the horses kind of stay following you and whatnot. But nonetheless, it's only about if you move at a fast pace, it'll only take you about 4 or so days to get to Tusoa.
Okay.
We see Ixen kind of sitting at the northern gate. It's already been opened partially ajar, and he's just kind of sitting there on his horse. Just a brown coat. Just waiting. You see he's very impatient, and ready
Okay.
to ready to get his family back, because he knows how serious the crime is that they are charged with. So But eventually you all kind of sidle up next to him, and he kind of looks at each of you. Alright. You ready?
Let's go.
Yes.
Of course, yes.
Excellent. Yeah! And he takes off down the main road. As it goes down about a mile and slowly begins to veer to the left, he actually continues going straight, and eventually, as you're following him, you find yourselves riding alongside the Tal'dorei River, this great rapid that occasionally you can see two-person vessels kind of rowing down with several large logs kind of tied together, flowing with them. That's what you see.
Be careful not to fall in, everybody. The spring melt is on strong at this time of year.
And you guys continue to travel. Anything you guys wish to do on those 4 days of travel? As far as
I'm done.
vibe, okay. Kaiso's vibing.
Just keep on translating the ledger from the class.
Okay. Yeah. You make an intelligence check.
I would take a little. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
10.
10. Okay. You're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably just reminisce a lot, and whenever we actually stop, every stop that we make, I go back to backs while sitting down with Ixon.
He welcomes it. You get the sense, even though he's impatient, you definitely can tell that they all missed you, having you around.
I'll tell him on some of the stories of the things that we have been doing and all that crap.
Alright.
When we stop at night, I would just take like a couple hours to further work on the thing, and just look at the Sirius Mountains.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot.
Yeah?
I'm gonna put a paranoid scrying on Zephyrin with the scrying eye.
Right.
This poor man. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get a moment of privacy.
Nope.
We're just gonna catch him on the toilet one day.
Yeah.
Just explosive. Anyways.
And it's
Yeah.
Are you doing that each day?
each day, yes.
Okay. So the first day, no effect. Seems he resisted it. The second day. What's the DC on the scrying guy?
15.
15. He succeeds it on that day as well. Yeah, third day he succeeds as well. Fourth day, it just has no effect.
Oh?
The scrying guy can't seem to find him.
Ooh?
He clearly got a necklace of non-detection. Clearly.
Yeah. Or he went to Kanye.
Ah!
Jeez.
Non-detection. Necklace. Clearly.
So, on the fourth morning, as you all begin to wind the final bend of the Tal'dorei River, as Ixan explained to you, is somewhat of a marker that you are not far from Tusoa. You should be there by nightfall. I need everyone to go ahead and roll a perception check.
Fantastic. We're good at
Wow, I'm
those.
rolling
Usually.
so good. I am amazing.
Yo, me too.
19.
Okay.
My eyes exist.
Yeah. That makes one of us, dog.
So. Hold, please. Class of horses. Okay. So. As you guys are riding along, Trina, you see out of the corner of your eye at the last second, 2 arrows fire down from atop a very slight incline, almost like a ridge-like structure to your right, and hit the head of Ixan's horse, and it just immediately hits the ground, tumbles, and flings him from his horse. Go and roll an acrobatics check. Not enough. He gets flung off the horse. He's gonna take some fall damage.
I immediately cry out, ambush!
Before that happens, Snowy, 2 arrows fire at your horse and slam into it, and it also immediately hits the ground and flings you from it. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
I don't know why we buy horses, guys.
I mean, it looks funny now.
You also get flung in the direction of the river, kind of falling in the shallow water, taking 6 points of falling damage, and both horses are dead. As that happens, you all hear this yipping, and as you look up towards the ridge, you see these tall, formidable, almost hyena-like entities that some of you recognize as gnolls.
Hey, Knowles. Hey, Knowles. Long time no see, Knowles.
And I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh, gosh. Well, at least it's just Knowles, right?
You sure you want talking like that?
No. Wow, at least I rolled good initiative. Look at that.
Actually. Wow, me too. Goddamn.
Oh, good job, Ixan. Alrighty, so top of initiative. Literally all of you except Tarina. So
Right.
Thane.
Okay, I will remember I'm a wizard. And
You kind of you pull your. All right. Here's my question. If you want to pull your horse to stop it, it will be your action, or you can jump off of it and make an acrobatics check. Because
right.
you, Kaisler, and Tarina are still on your horses.
So to make it stop, it would be an action.
It would be your action, yeah.
And if I jump, but my acrobatics is. I'm gonna use my action to stop.
Okay, so you pull on the reins. Go ahead and make an animal handling check because it's all of a sudden like, emergency brake type scenario.
I should have jumped.
Your acrobatics, yeah.
The DC,
Yes.
the DC's not incredibly high. Yeah, you easily pull back on the reins as you see Ixan's horse just hit the dirt. 2 arrows in its head, its neck immediately cracks, and then it just flips end over end, right in front of Kaisalor. As you pull on the reins and stop the horse, you look over your shoulder and can see the gnolls kind of, peering down from that, slight 15-foot high ridge.
Okay, bonus action. I'm gonna blade sing, because,
You can also use half your movement to get off the horse as well.
Yeah, I'm blade singing sitting on the horse first, because then I get more movement.
There you go.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna use my 20 feet to come here, and use my blade sneak attack to attack the snow.
Oh, he's 15
Right.
feet up.
Oh, they're up.
They're on the ridge, yeah. There's a slight little incline right here.
Wow.
to
I just
go up
wasted
that?
my whole turn. That's fine. Okay. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna get off the horse.
Okay. So you go ahead and get off the horse. And there's also a slight
Wait.
incline up here as well you can climb. So you have 2 inclines to climb up to
Four.
get to them.
Wait. I'm a Oh no, bonus action.
Yeah, you blade
It's
song.
Never mind. Yeah. Never
Alright,
mind.
that's Thane's turn. Snowy, you...
So you said 15 feet up, right?
They are indeed. And you have to spend half your movement to stand. Because you are prone.
Hell yeah. So that's 15 feet, right? And I have my burst of speed, so that's my regular movement. Gonna burn some sorcery points. Bonus action fireball. Right here. And it's 15 feet high, so it shouldn't touch my allies, correct?
Correct. Fireball. It's those...
It should get 05, right?
Find out. Yeah. Easy enough. Alright, so... Dex save for these two. Okay. Natural 20 to 19, so they both succeed. These 3. 18, 19, 10, so that guy fails. And these... Oh wait, those guys don't get hit. Okay, so this guy failed, everyone else succeeded. Taking 34 halved would be 17 points of fire damage to these guys. Full 34 to this guy. Alright, the fireball hits the ground and just erupts. A few trees kind of fall off to the sides from the explosion, and they all kind of cry out in pain. Alright, is that your turn?
Do they look slightly hurt at all?
I mean, they look a little singed.
The one that got fully blasted, it's not. He does not seem like
The one that got fully blasted kind of just stands there as the flames wash over him, and just kind of shake it off, like it didn't really hurt him as much as you were hoping.
And attacking this guy.
All right, go for it. 23 hits.
Burning at level 1's fine.
Right. 7 points of slashing damage plus... Oh, 4 points of radiant damage for 11 points of damage.
That
Alright.
is
1
That is
and a
bad.
3. Jesus Christ.
The radiant light mingles with the shadow of a bright shadow and swings. You watch as he manages to duck out of most of the way as it cuts into him, very shallowly. And it kind of lets out a yip of pain, but is still kind of standing there looking at you. You can see its teeth like glistening with froth and saliva.
And I'm gonna yell, Ixen, stay back!
Alright. That is Snowy's turn. Ixen kind of picks himself up with 5 feet, or half his movement, I should say, and looks around. this sucks. Move forward. Yeah, he'll get here. As you say, stand back. Going to... Character sheet. I'm so smart. Yeah, he just pulls out both of his scimitars and kind of spins them around in each hand and yells out towards... He yell towards you, Kaisalor. Hey! Stop your horse! Fucking help us! And you get a D8 Bardic Inspiration die.
Yeah.
Okay, King. Goddamn.
He inspires by, bullying.
Listen, I love that for him.
That's gonna be his turn. That's all he can do. Kaisalor, I need you... actually, no. Actually, yeah. Make an animal handling check.
Woof.
By
That's
the way,
gonna be real good. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give your horse a disadvantage on its dex save to avoid the horse that is dead in front of it.
You got
Sick.
Bardic Inspiration that you can use, by the way.
You
Oh
do.
yeah, no, I know.
Okay. So dex save for the horse with disadvantage is a 10.
Trying to jump off this horse anyway. He was like, "Stop your horse." I was like, "Well, sorry.
Yeah.
I would like an action, please."
As you go, as you're moving full speed, as all this happens, your horse, hits, Ixan's horse, and you get flung off. I need you to go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Hell yeah! See now, this is. I didn't need it. Wow. Life is pain, bro.
You use the momentum to push off the stirrup of the is that called a stirrup? A little middle piece?
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
thing? Okay, you push off of it as the horse flips. Using that momentum, you actually front flip over here as your horse goes tumbling over this one. You hear its leg just snap as it hits the ground and flips.
Poor.
It's still alive, but it can't get up.
Yeah, poor bastard. That sucks for it. Anyway, I'm gonna start walking.
Okay.
Fuck. I landed fine, right? I have full...
Yeah, you have full movement. You're
Okay,
good.
cool. 5, 10... Hell yeah. Can I get up? Can I get up here? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
How much of an incline is this?
Yeah.
Sexy! Fantastic. I'm gonna hit this boy.
Okay, go for it.
I would like to hit this boy, please.
Absolutely. Both hit.
Thank you. Wow, Christ.
You want to do some
fucking-
9 and 7s? Is that what you want?
I would like to do some 9 and 7s, please. I'm gonna do just let me do just like a taste of Smite, by the way.
Yeah,
Just like
then
a-
when I
just like a little-
Then when I say that roll 20 is bullshit, no one believes.
just like a little bit, just a
Um,
little tiny bit.
Which
of Smite.
you can add your Bardic Inspiration to damage, by the way.
I love being alive. Okay,
Yeah, you can now.
I do. I would very much like to add this 2
Definitely.
damage.
It's an additional 2
You know.
damage. So that's 18, 25, 32, 37, 39 points of damage as you swing Authority twice, using the somewhat inspiring words of Ixan to add a little more extra oomph, and then your own divine energy to push even further past this Knoll's armor. You cut into it twice, leaving this huge swath in its side as blood begins to pour out of it. You hear like a very pained. It is looking fine. Yeah, it's looking very rough.
Right.
Kind of smite, we call it a tasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, that hurt. Okay, that's gonna be Kaislor's turn. It is now.
Hey Tim,
Yes.
before you continue, the zoom on cameraman is fucked. They cannot see the battlefield. They
Thank
can only
you.
see-
Appreciate
You're
that.
welcome.
I forgot to even futz with the cameraman at all. So appreciate you. Kisses.
That was Hazel. I'm just
Was not me. I was fucking. I got a text from our dear friend Lane.
Okay.
Oh, so it started on the top. So we were doing narrative telephone.
Telephone, yeah.
This Knoll. Yeah, fuck it. It drops its bow, pulls out its own glaive, and is gonna make 2 attacks against you, Snowy, with disadvantage.
Go for it.
First attack, oof, with disadvantage is a 22 to hit.
Shield.
Okay.
Oh.
You fling shield up, and the glaive scrapes across the arcane barrier that you erect. Second strike against you. 14. That misses. Cuts to the barrier again. You hear this faint sound as arcane sparks fly off into the air. And then, as part of that, it is going to use its Insight Rampage ability. To have this Knoll attack you, Kaislor. Bite attack. He probably gonna be dead soon. Oh, natural 20 against you.
No shit. Delicious.
So that is going to be 8 points of piercing damage. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Good at those.
You're fine. Must succeed. Yeah. So you take no poison damage. You feel it burst throughout your bloodstream, and you just shrug it off with your sheer Constitution. No issues. That's going to be that guy's turn. Tarina.
Is my horse still moving?
It is indeed. I need you to make an animal handling check. Okay.
7.
Okay. Even with disadvantage, it's a 17. Your horse, kind of by itself, without your input, just kind of quickly veers out of the way and moves towards the the shallow end of the river before coming to a stop, with you still on it. However, your horse did manage to dodge out of the way of Thane's horse, and it is now stopped. What are you doing?
You know what? We've already gotten some attention with that fireball, so if I can see high enough from where I am, I'm gonna launch another fireball right here to try
Right.
to not hit Snowy and Kai
Okay. So,
at 4th level.
another fireball here? Here? Oh, actually,
Yeah, right there.
you can get all of them.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I'm gonna get all of them.
Okay. This guy incinerated, even without rolling damage or Or rolling a save. He had 6 hit points left. He's gone. Yeah, he would have been dead. These fellers, however.
I want to say that you roll 5 ones and 1 2.
Yeah, you can say that all you want.
Wow.
Okay, that is gonna. Wow. Okay. So a 19, 21, 18 on those first 3, and then the last guy. 13. So he fails. So that's 21 points of fire damage to him and 10 points of fire damage to everyone else. Oof, he's looking pretty messed up. Okay, it's looking very rough.
I look around. Is there any more gnolls coming towards us?
You have to do that on your next turn because you just quickly,
Okay, fair enough.
You go ahead and go through the incantations of Fireball, and that's pretty much your whole turn there. So 10 to him, 10 to him. The guys who got hit by the first Fireball though are looking pretty rough too, except the other guy. Yeah, ouch, that hurt. All right, is that your turn? Do you want to get off the horse as you can for movement, or are you gonna stay on it?
I'm gonna stay on it for now.
Okay, you got it. It is now this Knoll's turn. He's going to rush up behind you, Snowy. And you watch as he does. He pulls out this gnarled 3-headed flail and just begins swinging it over his head. And is going to make 3 attacks against you. First one.
With disadvantage, by the way.
Yeah, I know. With disadvantage, it's a 13, misses. Second attack. 26. What's your armor class with shield?
27.
Jesus Christ. And the final attack, well, would be a natural 20, but is instead a 28.
Hits.
That hits. You take 20 points of bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. $16. You are paralyzed until the end of its next turn.
Excuse me, good sir.
You're gonna use your favored by the gods? You're fine.
Plus a 20.
But the one flail that does get through manages to hit, kind of nullifies your bright shadow, kind of strange illusionary form, and you feel for a second your body lock up before a bit of radiant moonlight kind of emanates from underneath your armor, and seems to just shred away the paralysis. That is going to be its turn. This individual is going to go ahead and make 2 longbow attacks, but they're going to be towards you, Tarina, because Fireball's ouchie. First longbow attack. It's going to be a 20 to hit.
Shield.
Shield. You throw shield up and the arrow just shatters across the arcane barrier. Second longbow attack. 9. Also shatters. It is then going to use its Incite Rampage attack, and this individual is going to attack you, Snowy. That is going to be, again, 28 to hit.
Shit. Yeah.
You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage and 18 points of psychic damage. As you watch as one of the flail heads that has this pinkish aura to it slams into your chest, and just a jolt of psychic energy pierces into your brain, and you feel your eyes water for a second from the sheer shock. That is going to be that guy. This one is going, seeing him kind of on you, is going to rush towards Kaisalor. Also kind of swinging his flail, and is going to make 3 attacks against you.
Okay, kid.
First attack's 25 to hit.
Yes, sir.
Alright. You take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool.
And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, 15. That's a failure. On your next turn, you have to make a melee attack against a random target within your reach, and if there are no targets within your reach, you lose your action, even after moving. Second flail attack.
Okay.
That is a 21 to hit.
No, that does not hit.
That misses. You get your shield up. Ping! And the final flail is a 28 to hit.
That does hit.
Take 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution this time?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
fine.
Cool.
There's these 3 different heads, and each one kind of slams into you at different intervals during the swing. And it's just this barrage of heavy metallic balls. One is kind of coated in this pink aura. One has this strange, almost alienoid skull about it with this dark kind of almost miasma-like smoke kind of pouring out of its eyes. And the final one is just this almost human-looking skull, but the eyes look like they're made out of like citrine gemstones. That's gonna be its turn. It is now this guy's turn. Kind of feeling you guys out. He's just gonna take 2 shots at you, Thane, with his bow.
Where?
19 to hit.
Nope.
I even asked. And a 6. Yeah, you dodge out of the way of both bow attacks. And this guy is going to attack you, Snowy, with a bite and 2 claw attacks. The bite attack is a 7, which misses. The claw attack is a 17, which misses. And the second claw attack is a 14, which misses. It just goes into a wild rampage swing with its claws and its bite and can't get past your shield barrier. Thing.
Okay, so you said they are 15 feet up.
Correct.
So how would measurement do if from here I would have to add 15 feet to what Roll20 is telling me, or?
Well, you don't have a climbing speed, so to climb, it would be half your movement.
No, I don't want to get up.
Oh.
I'm talking about spells.
You would add like you would add like 10-ish feet, like because Pythagorean theorem or whatever.
Okay, so I'm gonna take one step further here, and because I'm sick and tired of this shit, and I'm gonna do Steel Wind Strike. So I'm gonna flourish my Sahedrin and all the 12-5 that I can do within range. So swans. 17.
17. Which one are you attacking first?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go down the line.
One.
Okay, that hits.
Bam.
Jesus
Second
Christ.
one doesn't
Miss.
hit here. Third one
Hits.
God damn it! Roll well.
He gets cut down. You hear it as it hits the ground. That hits. Next one in line.
And the one
also
that
gets cut down. That also hits.
And I'm gonna peer right
Jesus.
next to Kaiser. Actually, here. No,
Nasty
I don't
spell.
know. That's metagame. That's a metagaming because I wanted her to try and hit me, but that's metagame. So I would flank with her. I don't know what's going on with her, so won't metagame. Yeah. And so that oh, I have to mark one of those. Yeah. I will stay here and make sure maybe he looks at me and say hi. Yeah, this
Okay.
is it's a nasty spell. It kind of killed me last Sunday.
Snowy.
Okay. Which of the two looks like worse?
This guy here. Kind of like taking a few inch step back, trying to reassess whatever the hell's going on with you. See, he doesn't really understand magic.
Yeah, attacking him.
Okay. 26 hits.
And dropping a level 1 smite.
Okay. $19 points of damage. You use Bright Shadow and just cut down diagonally from clavicle to like hip bone on the other side, and he just falls to the ground, bleeding out, dead.
Has my bonus action.
Well, as you do that, this gnoll is going to use its reaction to hit you. Ooh, that's a natural 20 against you. Ouch. Oh, ouch. You take 22 points of bludgeoning damage. And 44 points of psychic damage.
Oh my god, I got 2 hit points.
As the flail hits you, as you cut down the gnoll, this one slams into you. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You love it here.
66 points of damage. Wisdom save.
Yeah.
Natural 20 wisdom save.
Wow.
So it takes half, right?
That's 33 damage, yeah.
Fuck, 33 points of damage. Oh boy. So, ow, yeah. As radiant light just flares up under its armor and out from its eyes is just lets out this loud shrill yip of pain. He's looking rough from that one reactionary situation. But you have the rest of your turn now, Snowy.
Yes. Has a bonus action. I'm gonna have to burn sorcery points. The rest of them, actually. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, 14 points of healing. To you.
Yeah, that's done. Jesus Christ.
Right. Ouch, that's Snowy's turn. On Ixan's turn, he's going to rush in. Attack this guy. With, he'll just do his main hand scimitar for now. Save his bonus. Oh, balls, hang on. People are looking kinda hurt. Yes, healing word. Oh no. 60 feet.
He doesn't have healing word?
That's all he has is healing word. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. It's all I have is Lars as well. So. Well, now I have mass healing word, but yeah.
He can use his bonus action to healing word you, Snowy, at 4th level. So that's... Oh, boy. 14 points of healing to you. And then he's gonna attack this fucking knoll twice. Alright, first attack. 23 hits. Going to expend one of his bardic inspiration dice to do a slashing flourish.
Oh, he's a blade. Has a sword bard. So cool.
Damage, yeah, okay. So, that is going to be 10 points of slashing damage to this knoll. Second attack. Natural 20. He is going to expend another one to do a defensive flourish. My man ain't got the best AC. So that is going to be 15 points of damage to the knoll, and he gets 8 added onto his AC.
Nice.
Yeah. Hard, guys.
I'm taking a little bit of offense, Leah, with the fact that you don't get as excited when I do my bard things.
Well, because
one
you're a bard,
inspiration
but you're also a
to-
paladin, and you're also a sorcerer. He's just a bard, and he's a sword bard, which is very rare to see. So
He has 2
That's why.
bardic inspiration left. Alright. That is going to be his turn. That knoll, right now is looking very rough. Kaisler,
Yeah.
I need you to attack Ixen.
Sucks.
yeah, that's why I was like, I'm gonna stay there. But then I was like, that's metagaming.
Oh boy. Yeah, that hits, even with the +8.
Yeah, that sucks.
Alright.
I rolled shit damage.
14 points of slashing and radiant. As you kind of... Thane, you watch from across the knoll's view, you see Kaisler's eyes flash with this dark energy as she just kind of turns and swings with a wide arc, cutting into Ixan, cutting into his, like, red scales. He's just... What the hell?!
She's charmed. She's charmed.
That is your first attack. Your senses come back to you. You can make your second attack against the knoll.
Yo, fuck this knoll. What the hell?
19 hits. Yo, fuck that knoll indeed. You swing your blade in a wide arc and just cut its head off. As it rolls, falling off the ridge and rolling towards the Tyodan River.
Fuck with my head, you bastard. And then I'm going to move.
Okay. Alright, so you move, kind of kicking this knoll body out of your way as you do.
Stupid knoll.
Alright, that's Kaisler's turn. This guy's dead. Tarina.
Alright, now that I see... Do I see Kai running up to Snowy?
You do.
Okay. Then I'm going to deal with, this guy over here because he's been relatively left alone, and... It's time to punish him.
Ouch.
So I'm going to just cast Lightning Bolt at him.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean to make sure I don't hit my horse, obviously.
Obviously. Natural 1.
$30.
Ouch. You kind of lean off the horse, almost like you know, in old westerns where they're dodging bullets and lean off the side of the horse. You lean, kind of bend backwards, cast lightning bolt, and shoot it forward. As it does, you see the gnoll, who's kind of focusing on Snowy and Kaislor, doesn't even see it coming as it just courses through its body, electrocuting him. You hear as it screams out in pain, and is looking very rough from a single hit.
All right.
Right.
And I think that's my action, so I can't do anything else.
Your action. Now this gnoll's turn. It is going to... He's intelligent. He feels like if he runs, you're just gonna chase after him and kill him anyways. Yeah. So he's just gonna attack you, Snowy. First attack, 13, misses. Second attack, 16, misses. Final attack, 11, misses. He swings his flail, you dodge out of the first attack. The last one kind of ping! Slams against your armor, setting out this resonant, loud pinging sound. That sucks. That's his turn. This gnoll is going to take 2 shots against you, Tarina.
Okay.
First attack's a natural 20.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Yeah.
For a natural 20 for a total of...
12 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Second attack is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that also hits.
Okay, you take 8 points of piercing damage on that one. Let's see if he gets his Insight Rampage back. He does! So he lets out this yipping roar, and this guy is going to attack you again, Snowy. And miss again. Thane.
Okay, so we're gonna move here, then bonus action dash here, and try to take care of this guy.
Alright, go for it.
With Andrian, okay. 25.
25 hits.
For there.
Yeah, you rush up right behind him and just plunge, as he's still kind of recovering from the lightning and knocking another arrow. Before he even has time to react, you just rush up, plunge Sandrian all the way to the hilt, right through him, ripping it out, and his body just hits the ground, unmoving.
40. So that was 15 feet. I still have movement here, and I can still do the second attack to this guy.
Can indeed.
Yeah. With the what? Do I have advantage?
You do, yeah.
Because it's no. Yeah. Okay.
That hits.
And this one would have sneak. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. 21,
We're tired.
24.
Yeah, we're tired of this shit here, so it's just woof, woof, 2 flourishes and using the magic from Blade Sync to be faster.
Okay. Looking rough, but still standing. Snowy.
Oh, it's still standing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm attacking him.
Alright, go for it. Woo! Woo!
Do I even need to do... How rough is he looking here?
He's looking rough.
I really don't want him to live, especially after he was a dick and almost killed me.
Okay, so 7 points of slashing.
Once I'm dropping, that's fine. Give me, I'm just doing the little thingies.
18 points of radiant damage. Is still standing.
Oh my god.
Is he freaking...
He's kind of like wiping the blood off the corner of his mouth. He's bleeding heavily. looking very rough, but still holding on to life.
It's okay. We're going to it. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, I'm done.
Sand's turn. Gonna kind of saunter up. Kind of yell out, "Hey, pretty one! Stab him with the pointy end!" And give you a bardic inspiration.
Stab him.
Right, King.
That's gonna be his turn.
Thank you, legend. I would like to stab him, please.
Okay, go for it.
With the pointy end.
With the pointy end. Fucking...
That hits.
Let's fucking go, dude. Damage. And then also... Ahaha.
Yeah, you're gonna smite this guy?
Yeah, just for fun.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Just a little salt bay of
Yeah,
smite.
see now that's delicious.
Describe his demise.
I don't know. Surprise me. What cool thing do I do this time, Tim?
Why you leave it up to me? Okay.
Surprise.
So with the inspiring words of Ixen, ringing through your ears, you kind of take a running start, kind of leap into the air, imbuing your sword with radiance, stabbing it into the gnoll's chest, using the full strength of your physical body that is now kind of imbued with the radiance of the dawn armor. As he hits the ground, still kind of yipping, you pull the sword out and just slash it across his throat as a spray of blood kind of sprays on Athane's boots, and his body goes still.
Hey, not gonna lie, that was pretty cool.
You're welcome.
That was pretty cool.
Of course it's gonna be cool because Tim always does the cool descriptions.
With that, you guys
Yeah.
are out of combat, and Tarina's still on her horse. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
tracks.
doesn't have to get.
First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go run over to Ixen, and whatever damage I do to him, I can't even remember. He can have it back out of my lay on hands.
Okay. I think
much-
you
I-
did 14 points of damage.
Something like that. Yeah.
I dismount and I go to try to calm down Keisler's horse.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of like stamping its feet in the soft, damp soil, kind of, kind of like, you know, freaking out a bit.
It's okay.
Make animal handling
it's
check.
okay. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to calm my horse down.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Am I gonna get...
That
deserve
tracks.
this.
It rears back and kicks you full on in the chest, because it rolled a natural 20 on its hoof attack.
Oh my gosh!
And you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage and are just knocked prone, and your back splashing into the shallow waters of the Tyodan River. Not that far back. And
Tari weighs nothing!
it takes off. The horse just takes off. So you guys are now down to 2 horses.
I go.
Ow.
Sorry. Okay. DM, I go and I start walking towards Ixen, and I drop Bright Shadow somewhere around here. I just drop it to the floor.
Okay.
I go and I immediately go glaring at him and say, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I just go and push him.
Alright. Make an athletics check. You go and push him, like he stumbles back to, "Hey, what the hell? What's the big idea?"
What the fuck is wrong with you? You stay back.
One lets you have all the fun. Not today.
It's not about fucking fun. And I grab him by the armor, by the front of the armor. If something fucking happens to you, what do you think? What the fuck is wrong with you?
He just gives you a
Something
wide
fucking happens
smile.
to you. Who do I have left?
Are you done? Or do I need to change your diaper now?
I go and smile at him and I just start doing my prayer of healing.
He's gonna pats you on the cheek a little hard, like and you begin to do your prayer of healing. Geisler, you watch as your horse just charges off into the distance.
Should have spent more time picking out like a nice horse. Maybe this goes to show that you don't just grab the first one.
That's the lesson to take away from
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pet my horse and it's alright. It's alright.
Well, it's a good thing we're only, what, like a day? Half a day, maybe? So,
Well,
you
on
know.
horseback, we would have been about 6 or so hours, so...
Your horse kicked me in the ribs. Ow.
Did you get near it?
I tried to calm it down and it just...
Well, I suppose it didn't like you.
Probably
You're
not.
right.
Hi, Harry. Just get close to me.
Hmm. Yeah.
I've been rolling shit. I just rolled 2 once again.
Holy fuck, dude. Poor bastard.
8 points
I
of
might need to
healing.
double down.
That is bullshit.
Double 1.
I'll
That is
keep
bullshit, I
saying
agree.
that is bullshit.
Roll20 is an infallible, perfect software.
Oh, certainly.
Everyone gets 8 hit points though.
Are you guys taking a short rest, or are you just waiting for him to finish his prayer and then getting back on
I
the road?
don't need healing. I wasn't hit at all, so I'll just.
Yeah,
Ixion's
no
back
short
at
rest.
full.
We're
It
busy.
depends on what we're gonna do. Tari right now is just sitting because she just got kicked in the ribs by a horse.
Hey, you healed 8.
Yeah,
Not waste any time though.
I'm the one that is most hurt, and I'm just standing up and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'll drop him like what like 30 points of lay on hands.
None of you magic folk can turn into a horse, can you?
I can turn one of us into a horse.
Not it. And he touches the tip of his nose.
Not it.
Oh no, absolutely not.
I have a horse.
Well, looks like you're turning yourself into a horse, Tarina.
So how long does that last anyway? Make sure you're not wasting energy for nothing.
An hour.
Shit.
I can actually.
Right, so it'd be a waste.
Well, actually, if one of us wants to take to the skies, I could turn into something else. I don't have to be a horse.
Okay, again, not it. So
Yeah, but it's gonna be an hour still.
Yeah.
How close are we to Tuswa, DM?
we would have been 6 hours on
6
horseback.
hours on horseback. Almost double that on foot.
It couldn't hurt to take a look around. Those gnolls didn't come from nowhere.
What about the gnolls right now though?
You have a familiar? Can you check with the familiar?
Oh, right. I snap and I summon Sable.
Okay. Little blue bird kind of meeps on your shoulder and kind of bounces around.
I never
buddy.
remember anymore if I have mine or if Tim killed it. So that's why I don't offer anymore, because I never know if I have to resummon him.
Oh boy.
Hi, buddy. Can you
Just make him a cat.
do
He'll be
us a favor
useless.
and look around?
Exactly. Fuck
What?
you, by the way, bro. Just want a stupid pet, and then I'll see it to come up here and be like, well, here's my cool familiar who's super useful and does everything. Okay.
I look at Sable, scratch his head a little bit, and I say, "Can you give us a little circuit, buddy?" And I kind of give him a push off, and I start looking through his eyes. I'm just gonna have him like fly a circuit around to look, make sure we're not being followed or anything like that.
Okay, it pushes off. Flying up into the air, singing a little songbird tune as it goes. Go ahead and roll a perception check. Cool.
5.
Does he will have the advantage?
No, he doesn't have keen sight.
Oh, that's too bad.
He's just he's a little songbird.
5. Through Sable's eyes, you see a number of places that gnolls could probably hold up. Only one of which is close by, but looking around, there doesn't seem to be much in the way of, like, a traveling trail through this part of, or this close to the Tyodan River. You get a sense that you might have just been unlucky and the gnolls happened to be hunting when they heard you approach. But Sable does see, about 500 or so feet north of you guys, currently drinking from the river, is Kaislor's horse.
Oh, good. I don't hear anybody, but I'm just talking anyway. Kaisler, your horse is about 500 feet that way, I think.
She knows you can hear. She's not gonna say anything.
And I bamf him back and the looking effect.
Okay. Alright then, we get her horse and double up, make our way to Tisoa. Sound good?
Is that equip?
We have no other choice. Even if it slows us down, it's the only choice we have right now. I just don't know why we spent money with horses. It always happens. Every single time.
Up until this point, we made good time, so...
That was just unfortunate, I think. We happened to be out and about when the gnolls were hunting.
So, that you guys, giving your horses a little break, you approach on foot, eventually over some coercing and a little bit of bardic magic, convince the horse that it's safe and it's okay, and you guys double up. Who's double-upping? Double-upping? Who's doubling up on... Who's double-upping?
I'll probably be heavier, so I'll probably try to go with Tarina.
Okay. Ixen will go with Thane, because between Thane and Kaislor, Thane would be the lightest, because of Kaislor's armor.
Oh, yeah.
And then I get my own horse. That's
Exactly.
privilege, baby.
Just for the sake of making this easier, I'm gonna allow Snowy to be the one directing the horse, just so I can just hang on the back.
Okay. Ixen absolutely acquiesces to you driving the horse thing.
Sure.
Right, so... with that, you guys continue making your way north, following the Tyodan River, until eventually you hit a point where the river hits... Oh, step blocks, go away. There's so many of them.
Be gone, villain.
The Tyodan River kind of cuts right to a point where it wouldn't make sense to continue following it. and you continue north, following Ixan's direction until you hit the Tyoden Byway. Turning right, you see off in the distance as the waning light of day is slowly beginning to diminish. You see what appears to be the outline, the silhouette of a very almost Pacific Islander style town, with variations of almost like dwarvish and Goliath architecture that's close to the Sirios Mountains. And you continue in that direction, eventually reaching the outer gates of Tusoa by full-on nightfall. And because it's a good point, we're going to take a quick break there. Or else I'll forget.
So, I've been boycotted with the BRB sign, so I will take a minute of silence and protest.
Yeah, okay.
There you go. Be right back, sign, you guys.
Anyways, we'll be right back.
That's
Well,
how I knew.
we're back, by the way.
Sorry.
Laura won the award for best
Hell yeah,
actress.
Laura.
Yeah, best actress for Abby.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's how I know I'm getting live coverage here.
Awesome. So, jumping back into our game. Sorry for the long break. I was freaking out over things. Oh man, my heart is racing.
Yeah.
Anyways, the hell were we even doing? Oh yeah, okay.
Going back to the town.
Yes, thank you. So. Picking up where we left off before the break, you guys had been ambushed by gnolls and were finally reaching the outskirts of Tusoa. Tusoa itself, as you look out across some of the outer-lying buildings of this small mountain city, the city itself is laid out roughly in the shape of a large V, and it definitely has that fishing city vibe to it, where you can see from your vantage point as you look roughly to your right-hand side as you reach the main threshold. As a motorcycle drives by. You can see what appears to be a very heavily occupied dock, currently still, and no one is really working as it is nighttime at this point. But you can see a number of fishing vessels docked within it, and you can see there are two main roads that seem to connect at the northeast edge, with numerous other smaller roads kind of connecting the major thoroughfares as you slowly make your way in. A lot of the houses have that, very kind of mountain region of like Hawaii feel to them. You can see like fishing huts and what appear to be river logging stations kind of dotting the more kind of southern end closer to the docks. You can see as it pushes further into the city, the buildings and the architecture just does get a little more opulent, a little nicer, but still has that very kind of Pacific Islander feel to it. You guys continue kind of pushing along this main thoroughfare, passing through the open wooden archway gates, because all of Tusoa, at least the bits that aren't on the water, is wrapped by this kind of wood slat and kind of like lattice pattern fence that's about 10 feet high, that just seems to wrap around the entirety of it, connecting here at the main kind of archway gate on the Tyoden Byway. The first thing you all notice, which definitely catches you by surprise, Tarina, given that you grew up on the Menagerie Coast, is the sheer lack of Zelezo patrolling during the night. You don't see any. There are a few oil lanterns and torch sconces that are lit, giving the city streets light. But for the most part, the city seems quiet. And you can see up ahead of you, right inside the main archway gate of Tusoa, is a stable for putting your horses or beasts of burden up for evening. You see it is the Malka Guild stables.
No, Zelezo, that's odd.
Odd how? What do you mean?
The Zelezo are primarily forces that defend and guard the entire Menagerie Coast and the Clovis Concord. For them not to be here is very strange.
Yeah, we thought it was strange when we were first coming through also. Compared to Port Damali, where you seem to have a Zalezo up your ass every corner you turn here. They're a little less numerous.
I mean, the only place where that might be somewhat normal is Guardan, and that's mainly because of cultural things, but even there's Zalezo.
Well, let's stable our horses and make our way towards the square.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm not gonna lie to you all, I don't like being here.
Well, I suppose.
And I'd think it was weirder if you were excited. So.
Sorry, I don't mean to seem uncaring, it's just... It's weird, you know? It's so close and yet I feel like I'm walking into a crypt.
It does have an almost kind of eerie, serene, quiet, almost creepiness. Much like a crypt would. You can hear the faint kind of pushing of waves. Or not waves, but the Tal'dorei River. You hear like the water rushing, and occasionally a few fishing vessels kind of gently push against the docks themselves. And like just the sound of creaking wood just seems to echo throughout the emptied streets of Tusoa.
It's like...
Exactly. As you guys approach the stables, you see a heavy tanned human man, broad of shoulder, shirtless, with a bunch of tribal tattoos kind of covering the chest, the arms, all the way down to the wrists. Kind of steps out, looking a little groggy and tired, kind of holding a small candle sconce in front of him. Are you looking to stable your horses for the evening?
That we are.
Come on through, the Malka Guild has you covered. And he kind of like leads you towards the back end stables, and you guys go ahead and stable your horses. For each horse is going to be about a gold piece per night. So
I gave him out of my purse 6 gold pieces.
for 2 nights. Because there's only 3 horses.
Oh, yeah, right. So for 2 nights. I pay him for 2 nights.
Okay. He takes it. We got you covered, brother. No worries. And he kind of goes back into the little stable house here on the western edge of town.
Thank you, sir. Be pleased.
Right. He kind of nods to you. Be pleased. And steps back. You can see he, like, caught him off guard. Almost to the point where he hasn't heard that in a while.
Would I notice that?
With your passive insight? Yeah, probably.
As we're walking away, I just whisper to who would be walking next to Tari?
I mean, I figured you guys are just walking in a cluster, so...
I whispered I whispered a thing. That was strange. It's customary to use that as a way of saying thank you here. Because some people came from Marquis here on the coast, but his reaction was it was like he has never heard that in a while. Like, would I know what descent that man was from, DM, since I'm from the coast?
What's that?
Would I know like what ethnic descent that man is from, since I'm from the coast?
Yeah, he was definitely like Menagerie Coast, like of Marquisian descent.
Marquisian, Kinao.
Yeah, Kinao, exactly. Yeah, probably had both Marquisian and Kinao ancestors. You can tell by his tribal tattoos that he definitely has a Kinao heritage to him.
It's like he has never heard that before, and it was just he seemed weirded out by it. Don't mind me, it could be nothing. It's just something to keep in mind.
Well, I don't see it as being so weird, but you are from here. I will defer to your expertise. I think the weirdest part is the fact that you say that there were supposed to be Solazo around, but there are none. That, for me, is much more glaring.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I think we saw 3 Zelezo in total, one being the captain. So they seem a little thinned out here. I think if we push closer into the center of town, the Loto Plaza, there's the Green Countess, a little inn there that we can procure rooms and figure out what our next move will be.
Right.
That would be wise.
But without Solazo, how will we
I
identify?
don't think. Oh, sorry, don't mind me. I was going to say is I don't think that's a coincidence that they're thinned out here.
Right. But that's what I was going to say. How are we going to find the person, the woman that we are meant to find? Then that will help us.
I turn to I'm so sorry. I know his name is at the tip of my tongue, Tim.
Ixon.
I turn to Ixon. Well, you found her before. Can you help us find her again?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll have come across a Zelezo or two eventually. We have to, right? A city without law enforcement is just asking for trouble.
For the myriad.
Well, is this the city with the corrupt Marquis?
One and the same.
Yes, that would be this one. Yes.
Well, that makes sense to me that he would send the Solazo away so they wouldn't try to frame him for his crimes. Now it makes more sense to me. Why would I want law enforcement if I am breaking the law?
No, fair enough. Well, one way or another, we should get out of the street.
However, that gives us an advantage. We won't have a lot of Solazo to come after us.
He has to maintain order somehow, so that makes me wonder how.
Well, we can figure it out when we get to town. Yes?
Yeah.
Alright. So.
Tari kind of draws the cloak over herself. She does not look comfortable.
Alright. As you guys continue to push into the incredibly quiet night here in Tusoa, are your feet kind of making a faint clomping noise on the paved roads of the main thoroughfare here.
Not mine.
I knew you were gonna say that.
What, 3 years? Of course you know.
this main thoroughfare that Ixon lets you know is the Bloom Road. And as you continue to follow it, you vaguely begin to see what appears to be small shops, much smaller inns, and then up ahead of you, you can see what appears to be a very large kind of town square. And let you know is the Loto Plaza. As you continue to push towards that, Tarina, you hear very faintly down a small alleyway about 80 or so feet from you, at a rough estimate. You just hear a, "No! Get the hell off me!" This female voice kind of call out.
Somebody's in trouble.
Where? Point the way. Where?
Tari leads the way.
Okay, you quickly dart down the alleyway, Tarina rushing ahead of all of you as you all break into a sprint, running after her. The alleyway itself, very dimly lit, with just the moon and the stars kind of shining down to give you a faint bit of light. You guys rush past what appear to be waste bins, some small like compost bins, making sure not to trip over them. And you can see there is an intersection where the alleyway continues straight, but it also connects with what appears to be one of these small roadways that kind of snake through to Soa. And there, on the edge of one of the buildings, a torch sconce is lit, and you see what appears to be roughly 7 or so hooded figures surrounding a very obviously Kinao descent woman. One has her kind of like in a full Nelson clutch, and she's just like kicking her feet, trying to fight back. You can see her small like this flower crown that she was wearing is tumbled down to the ground, and you can see her kind of yellowish, almost kind of tribal and floral dress is just kind of flurrying as she's kicking her feet, trying to get away out of their grasp. What are you guys doing?
Are I gonna go help it, or we're not gonna just let these guys kick her ass, dude?
Okay. As you continue to rush forward, the one closest to you kind of turns and looks over. You can see what appears to be a human man under his black hood. You just hear, "Ah, shit, looks like we got trouble." As you guys continue to rush forward, he just takes out 2 daggers and readies himself. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Oh, man. That is still the same day, right?
It is still the same day, yeah.
Could I have my dark vision on, please?
It's not gonna matter. I gotta turn.
Oh, is it
vision
still
off.
dark?
I think it is. Unless those with dark vision can see.
I can
can-
see.
I can see too. Yeah.
Oh. Well, Trina, your token has dark vision.
Okay.
That's so weird. Hang on.
Yeah, cameraman cannot see. But also because I think cameraman is not focused on the battle. It's,
Yep.
you
That's
know.
correct.
I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't like the fact that I'm rolling very good initiative. I think that's an omen.
Think rolling good initiative's an omen? Okay.
Yeah, because it never happens. You know? Never ever. And now it happened twice. So something really bad is gonna happen in the next few days in the other game.
I think last game you were rolling a good initiative, Leah.
I was? I don't know. I don't remember
I,
it now.
I already saw the video. I think you were rolling really good.
Since character sheet pulled up. Alright. He actually got his Bardic Inspiration back on a short rest. I'll say you guys...
Oh, did we take a short rest?
I would say you could have taken a small short rest as you were approaching.
Okay, that's good.
Then we're getting the level 5 back. No, yeah.
For the sake of it, because you guys traveled for 6 hours, you could have taken a moment. You would have had to let your horses rest for a little while anyways. especially after getting spooked like they did. So
Yeah, my blade sing is not a short rest anymore. It's a long rest.
it's not, but I
But
think
I
you get
get
more
4.
uses, right? Yeah.
Yep, I get 4. I get up to my proficiency.
Excellent. So top of initiative is you thing.
Yay! Okay. So wow. What are we doing, guys? I guess we're attacking. We're doing something. I'm not necessarily sure here, but I will.
You see, each one of these individuals are hooded in black, but 3 of them, the 3 closest to the woman, have these red, like deep maroon, kind of burgundy reddish shoulder capes that are clasped onto their armor.
I don't think I can recognize there is any symbol like the clasp or any symbols on their armor or the cloaks at all.
There aren't no symbols, no.
No symbols. Okay. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to be a wizard, and I'm gonna point my finger at the guy here, and I'm gonna cast, just to start to see what they're about, Mind Sliver on him, but I don't have it on my character sheet. Didn't I? I didn't add. It's Tasha, but I didn't
Mind
add.
Sliver. Oh boy.
Mind Sliver. They changed it.
Sounds like some hentai stuff.
Oh, I don't want to cast it anymore.
Alright, so
Okay.
what happens here? Intelligence save?
Intelligence save, and it takes that and subtracts 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes for the end of its
intelligence save?
Yeah.
14 fail.
Yeah, so
That's against this guy?
Takes 11.
Okay.
I'm starting cautiously. Yeah.
Minus is a 1d4 in its next saving throw?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bonus action. Is there a place to hide around here?
There are small like overhang. Oh, fuck, what are those things called? Like overhangs over like steps that lead up to doorways that you can like duck into. Like there's one here, and there's one here.
So I'm gonna try a bonus action hide.
Go for
underneath
it.
that.
Got it. You hear the guy
as
he screams out in pain.
That's a fear.
You go ahead and stealth into the next campaign.
Yeah, right.
Welcome to.
Yeah, welcome to Asilra. All right, that's Thane. You hear one of the red cloaks. Just to give you reference, these 3 are the ones with the red kind of shoulder cloak on, or shoulder cape, I should say. He kind of screams out in pain as his eyes flash with psychic energy, and Thane just vanishes into a small little kind of front door alcove.
And while you guys do your shit, I am going to add Mind Sliver to my, because I forgot.
All right, go for that. This individual pulls out the short sword and just cracks it, the pommel of it, on the side of the skull of this woman. She just goes limp, unconscious, and he is going to begin to drag her away. Section. That way. This guy is going to. So, dynamic lighting's working? Like, the dark vision, everything's working for you guys?
Yeah, now it's working.
Yeah.
God, they finally fixed it. Okay, cool. Sweet. So this guy, since he's still out of sight, is gonna hide. Roll a 26. Pretty sure that beats everyone's passive.
Oh yeah.
Then going to step around to the corner of the building, and then just fling 2 daggers at the first person he sees, who is Tarina. So that is dagger 1. 24 to hit Tarina.
Yeah, that hits.
You take, because of sneak attack, 18 points of piercing damage. As the dagger just seems to come out of the darkness and sink into you, and you kind of spit up a little bit of blood. Second dagger flings at you. 11. Yeah, you see the second one coming and just get out of the way as it clatters to the ground. And then he ducks back behind the building. Yeah, actually, he'll probably just... that's gonna be that guy's turn. Snowy. Talking, we can't hear you.
Snowy, we can't hear you.
I know. Okay, so I'm just moving there. Then I am gonna use my Bardic Mantle of Inspiration. Everyone can move as a reaction.
Ooh. Okay.
That's within 30 feet of you, right?
Give me a second.
No, that's fine. You could have used it as you were moving. That's fine. You can get everyone. Yeah, that's totally fine. Because you can do it while you're moving. So.
And you also get 6 temporary hit points, I believe it is.
That does use your reaction, just so you're aware.
It's totally worth it.
Does it? No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
6 hit points.
The movement uses the reaction.
Yeah.
The hit points
It's
does
60
not.
feet, by the way.
It's
I'm
60.
not.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, Ixen rushes forward as well.
Because if I move, I break stealth, right?
You can move half speed and keep stealth if you wanted.
Okay, then I'm gonna move here and hide.
Okay, so you just quickly, just Batman hugging the wall,
Yeah.
slip into the next alcove.
Yeah.
Alright, Snowy, that was your bonus action of movement. Anything
So,
else?
Everyone gets 6 attempts, by the way. So I'm gonna ask you something. I still got my burst of speed. And I'm gonna ask you something for the sake of the rule of cool. Since I have my full movement and I'm still here, like I still have half my movement. I got 30 feet. Is it possible for me to go around by just scaling the wall since I'm at the tabaxi?
You absolutely can scale the wall. You have a climbing speed. Use that shit.
Okay. Yeah, I immediately go. Use 30 feet to get here, then use about 20 feet of my full move as a reaction to move here, and then I'm just usually gonna use your burst of speed to climb through the wall and land in front of him.
There you go. You rush, kind of sliding through the where the street connects with the alleyway. Turn, rush straight towards that guy, and as he kind of sees you coming, you quickly pivot on your left foot, leap into the air, latching onto the wall, and just climbing it, landing on the other side, just like this incredibly fast, tabaxi in a city. It's very strange to everyone's visual.
Then I just give him a slight smile, and then I go at him with Bright Shadow.
Alright, go for it. 22 hits.
We'll drop a smite on him.
Is Bright Shadow broken? I swear to God, you rolled a 17 on your second every single time you've rolled that attack.
Yeah, I've been rolling for shit. I've been rolling like once, like crazy. I don't know if it's something is broken or something.
That's so weird. Oh. 4 points of slashing. Are you gonna do a smite?
I am.
Okay. 18 points of radiant damage. Woo. Okay. You cut into him.
3-2 on the dice. It's ridiculous. And that's my turn, by the way.
Alright. So that's your turn. He's looking very rough as you cut into him with that single swing of Bright Shadow, imbuing the shadowy parts of the weapon with radiant light. He kind of almost drops the woman onto the ground, but still kind of holds her up under her arms. Alright. It is now this guy's turn. He is just going to rush up towards you, Kaisalor. Already short sword out, goes ahead and pulls out his dagger, and is just going to become a flurry of attacks against you.
Okay. Okay, I see you.
So that is going to be a 16 on the first hit.
No.
Yeah. A 22 on the second hit.
No.
And the offhand dagger strike is a 21. Yeah.
No.
He rushes over to you, and you just kind of take a moment, kind of step back, kind of gauging him, and pull authority out, and ping, ting, ping! Just parry all 3 attacks. He just kind of looks at you with his eyes wide. Oh, fuck. It's gonna be his go. This guy, seeing that, kind of looks over his shoulder as he runs past, sees you just parry these 3 attacks with this almost bored resignation. And he just, nope, continues running across the alleyway. 30 to here, and just flings 2 daggers, both at you, Snowy.
Now with disadvantage.
Yeah, with disadvantage. First attack, 15, miss. Second attack, 20.
Misses.
Misses. You get Bright Shadow up, and through one of your illusionary forms, just ping! Parries the daggers to the ground. They both just kind of stick into the wood of the wall next to you. And at this point, the guy's like, you know, he saw what Kaisalor did, now sees what you did, and he looks... You can see a little bead of sweat forming on his forehead. This guy is going to rush and just kind of kick off the ground, to leap into the air, and just trying to sink his short sword and dagger into you, Kaisalor. Okay, 25 to hit.
Hey, Hazel.
Oh, she's deafened.
Hey, Hazel, stop. She's probably watching the Dragon Age trailer. I bet she is.
What a dork. Anyways, 25 hits her. So she takes 8 points of piercing damage and 22 points of damage total from the first strike. Mark it off for her.
No, I got it. I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
Were you watching the trailer?
No,
Yes.
fuck you.
Yeah, you were.
No, I wasn't. Fuck you.
Second strike coming through, 16 misses, and the dagger.
Also, it was 22?
Yeah, 22 points of damage. Don't forget you had 6
Cool.
temporary.
Yep. I'm proud of you, man.
The final attack's a 24 to hit.
Yes.
Take 7 points of piercing damage on that.
Cool. And then I'll just do 20. Okay.
On Ixan's turn.
Get in my aura. Don't get in my aura. Don't get in my aura.
He's gonna get in your aura.
Fucker! Man's gonna take so much damage.
Or maybe not. Let me see something. What is...
He did have a bad experience last time he stood next to Kaisalor.
I know, that's why I was like, maybe he doesn't actually. He'll be a Dragonborn for a second. He's just gonna step. This is as into the building as he can get. There's a slight overhang to the building, so he just kind of steps in there. No, that would get Kaisalor as well. Yeah, fuck. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Ixen, what do you got? He does not want to step next to Kaisalor.
Don't worry. Seriously, he can step next to me. It's fine.
No, he'll instead kind of pull out both scimitars just to get his AC up with a dual wielder, and kind of look towards the three who are surrounding you, and you just hear, "Hey, fuck faces!" And he just kind of, holding one scimitar hilt, just puts his middle finger up towards them, and you watch as 3 beads of black energy sink off of him, and he's going to cast Bane on those 3.
Hell yeah, okay, King.
So, charisma save. These 2 guys, 3 and a 13, both those fail. That guy had disadvantage anyway, so that's actually a 5, a 3 and a 5. And then this guy rolled a 10, also fails, so all 3 of them are baned, and this guy's mind sliver is gone. So, those 3 are baned.
He's burned.
And then he's gonna... Yeah, he'll save his inspirations. He'll just kind of chill there. Tarina.
Despicable cowards. She points her index and middle finger right down the alleyway, and she's gonna fire a 4th level lightning bolt just right down the road.
Oh boy. Okay. I did give you a good little line, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. And I can see him, so I'm doing it.
Okay, so those two are baned. Okay, so I will roll 2d4. Okay, so that's 2 for each of them. So the guy closest to you rolled a 19. The guy closest to Kaisalor rolled a 20. And the guy in the far end rolled a 17.
2 saves, 1 fail.
The 2 who saved take no damage. And the guy who failed takes half damage.
Oh, they're all rogues.
Fuck, I forgot that they're rogues. God damn it.
Because evasion. So that is 38 halved
Fucking rogues.
for the final guy.
Sorry, excuse my language, sorry.
38 would have to... Yes, 19.
Tim, do I have to also apologize when I curse?
No, it's normal for you to curse.
I curse a lot, and I don't apologize ever.
Alright. So, Tarina, is that your turn? You watch as the other 2 just deftly just drop to the floor and then leap back up. The lightning bolt completely missing them.
She grits her teeth in frustration and steps back. Like about here.
Got it. Alright. Turn Kaisalor.
See, a person smarter than I am would look at that and be like, maybe you shouldn't use an effect that has a dexterity save. But I am stupid.
Wait, you could have
yeah.
you could have shielded Ixan.
Yeah, I know. I want to shield myself.
Equal to your wisdom. What's your wisdom on? 1?
It's a 1, yeah. I can
Okay.
only ever save myself.
So dex save for these 2 guys. They are all 3 of them are baned.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm banking on.
I hope Bane comes through. Dex save for the final guy. Let's see. Okay. Ugh. This guy rolled a 21.
This guy also has to detract 1d4.
He already used it for Bane.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah. Because it's his next saving throw, and Bane
Yeah,
was his
yeah.
next saving throw.
I forgot. Bane, sorry.
I wasn't really expecting this to work.
This guy rolled a 14 because of Bane.
Oh? Okay, King.
And this
Yeah,
guy...
but with evasion, they take half.
Yeah, this guy rolled a 12 because of
Okay.
Bane.
Alright, 2 worked. There you go.
So they take half damage, which is 17 is
The more important thing is that now I can start having their damage.
32, so halved is 16. Okay. Also, roll a percentile dice for me.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. Roll a 50. The edge of this building catches fire, as does this.
And yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's whatever. I'm whatever. I am stupid and tired and not thinking and just wanted to use my stupid armor.
I know.
Whatever. It's fine.
But the two who took half damage are kind of get blown back a bit, and you see like their hoods fall back, and they both appear human. You know, varying skin tones, varying facial hair. They look like cutthroats as you just take a glance at them.
Yeah.
But they also look a little singed and burnt.
Good for them.
Is that your turn?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Now, with my bonus action, I run over to this building and I take out a torch and I set it on fire. That's what I do with my bonus action.
I don't like your sass right now.
I don't like that the building's on fire, but we can't all go where we want. Okay, turn over.
This guy's gonna step here, and attack you with advantage. First attack, 22, misses, right?
Miss.
Okay, second attack,
Bitch.
16.
Miss. Bitch.
Final attack, 25.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. You take 21 points of piercing damage.
I take 10. Fuck this guy.
You take 10 points of piercing damage, as some of the pain kind of gets almost sapped from you, and you watch as one of the amber pieces glows. That is going to be that cutthroat's turn. This guy, last but certainly not least, seeing that they pretty much have clogged up that. He just kind of yells out, "Right, we gotta go. That idiot lit the fucking building on fire." And is just gonna fling 2 daggers at you, Snowy, just for good measure. Disadvantage 8. 24 to hit.
Shield.
Shield. Dagger. Ping! It's flung off. And he just kind of a bonus action to dash and just kind of steps here. Thane.
Okay, I've been measuring all over the map and I still don't know what I want to do. Okay. Kai's in a pickle, this girl's in a pickle, everyone is in a pickle. It's a lot of pickles. I hate pickles. They are very bad. Okay, so bonus action, I'm going to cast Arcane Hand right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and grasp the girl. Oh no. Can I choose not to take damage when I try to grasp someone? Because
yeah, I'll say you have enough arcane know-how to maneuver that.
Yeah, because I want to grab her without doing the 2d6 damage that the spell says it does.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Okay. So that is part of my bonus action. What do I roll again?
Go ahead and roll an athletics check for arcane hand.
Yeah, I don't like
versus
the
this guy's athletics, which is not great.
Okay.
No, yeah, 2.
Wow!
Oh!
Wow! Okay. Okay.
You with your arcane hand, and this guy is just in a tug of war currently. I would say because he rolled so low, even with your natural 1, you don't succeed in getting her from him. But he also is going to have to roll against you to even move her next turn.
All right.
Because he
And
rolled,
then
he rolled he rolled so low. So.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna take a deep breath and come here and just stab the guy.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, and I'm not blade singing, by the way. Just so you know, for
Okay.
at least one.
So that means your armor class is like what? 5?
17.
Oh, too bad. 27 hits.
Okay, sneak. Where's my sneak? So that is 1. And that is 2. 20.
Points of damage. 20 hits. Gonna uncanny dodge this one.
And that is it. For the moment.
14 halved to 7. Yeah. Good thing he uncannily dodged. That sucked. He's looking very rough as you stab into him twice with Sahandra, and he kind of spits up a little bit of blood and kind of looks over his shoulder at you. The flames kind of currently licking up the side of the building,
Wait, no,
illuminating.
No. Erase all that. Arcane Hand is an action. So I couldn't have attacked. Instead, what we were going to do... No, it's an action. And then as a bonus action, on my subsequent turns, I can do it. So we erase all that. First, we can say I'll Blade Sing. First attack is my Blade Sing attack. There you go. I figured.
Okay, cool.
So ignore the second one.
So 20 points of damage still. Got it. Alright, so it's Thane's turn.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
New spell.
New spell, who dis? This guy is going to try and pull this woman from your arcane hand. Go ahead and roll a check. I guess with +8. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a 15. I can't roll well at all.
15.
I don't know.
That's enough. He is trying to pull against. He can't quite. He can't pull her free from the grasp of the arcane hand. And sadly, that was his action. So that's the end of his turn. This guy. Just gonna rush towards you, Snowy, and attack you 3 times. 9 misses. 8 misses. Dagger, natural 1. Yeah, no. He just can't seem to stab the right Snowy with the way you're displaced.
I also forget I got advantage, but that is on me. I forgot I have advantage if the target is medium or smaller, so I'll remember next time.
Okay.
And also, it's a bonus action to crush, so... It's a lot! There's a lot in this
It's a wall of text, I know. You're good, you're good. Snowy.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, well, this doesn't seem even, and I'm gonna snap my fingers. And I'm gonna... Whoa, what is that? Why is it doing damage? Nope. I just meant to put the description in there. But I'm gonna do Spiritual Weapon, and I'm gonna cast it in level 3, actually.
Okay. Alright. Again, where you
I'm gonna cast it right here, and it's like another glaive exactly like mine.
Okay. So... Yeah,
I'm guessing that...
I assume you didn't know it was going to roll the attack.
Yeah, I didn't know. I thought it was just going to put the description on it.
So go ahead and roll again. We'll say that was... Call that a mulligan. Yeah, 29 definitely hits. And then when you click on Spiritual Weapon in the thing, it should prompt you. Yeah.
I heard.
Alright, so 15 points of force damage to this guy. As the Spiritual Weapon slams into him, you just hear this resounding and he like stumbles to the side and hits the side of the building. Which, as a note, at initiative count 20, the flames began to spread further out. So.
Yep, and then attacking this guy right here.
Okay.
Here's a weapon. It's a bonus action.
16 hits.
Oh, he hits.
Yeah.
Who's one?
Alright, 11 slashing damage. Plus 13 radiant against this guy?
Yep.
Yeah, you bring the glaive up, 2 hands, and just... He watches the blade kind of cuts through the air, giving off this faint whistling sound, and just slams into the back of his skull as he just hits the ground, unmoving, and the woman just kind of plops right on top of him, still unconscious. Kind of like her...
She's like my elven gauntlet grasp.
Well, yeah, she like it has her by the ankles.
Yep.
Essentially. So like her head and shoulders are like pressed against this guy. Her arms are just kind of splayed out, and the arcane hand just has her like bottom half up in the air.
Yeah.
I look at this guy and I just say, okay, see, there you go, 2 against 2. And I smile, and that's it. That's my turn.
Roll an intimidation check. Okay. This guy's gonna attack Kaislor.
Okay, King.
With advantage, that is a 19, which misses. He has Bane too, so the hella missed. That is a 24 to hit. He's gonna get baned. 2 brings it down to 22.
Yes.
Miss. And the dagger. The dagger is also a 24 to hit, but Bane brings it down to a 21.
Miss.
So you watch as every time he swings his weapons, his eyes flash with the dark energy, and you just manage to kind of sidestep each attack easily. Especially now that this part of the alleyway is bright light because of the fire. Very easy to see currently. This guy... boy. He's just gonna double dash away. He's off the map. He ran towards the northern part of the map. He's gone. With the building on fire, he... What's Zelezor here? He's like, nope, I'm out, bye. This guy, however, is going to attack you, Kaisalor. No. 9 plus Bane, so that's gonna hella miss. 15 misses, dagger attack. 15, yeah, misses. These poor bastards. Ixan is going to rush up to here. And is going to... he's just going to attack the guy in front of Thane, why not? Scimitar attack, that hits. Oh, I wasn't flourishing, whoops. 7 points of slashing damage to him. Second strike. So hits. Additional 6. With that, he just kind of rushes up to him, and with these quick, deft strikes with the scimitars, just right across the chest with the first one, and then kind of spinning the second one, backhand just slashes it across the midsection, and the guy's innards begin to spill out onto the paved roads. No more. Ixan just spins around and is gonna slice at this guy's as bonus action, which also hits. 9 points of damage. Alright, that's gonna be his turn. Tarina.
Is there any gutters or anything around?
Gutters? Yeah.
Gutters.
There would be, for like rain runoff and stuff, absolutely.
Shoot, not enough time. I shout, we need to do something about the fire before I look at one of the thugs, and yeah, I'm feeling kind of mean right now, and it's not too difficult to guess what they might have been trying to do to this girl, so Tari is going to look at him and throw a fire bolt right at him.
Against who? This guy? Oh, that guy.
This guy.
You got it. Go for it. $12. Misses. As you fling
It's not my night, man.
as you fling the firebolt, he ducks out of the way as it flies down the alleyway, full 120 feet before it diminishes. It's rough. Is that your turn?
I just take a quick look around, looking for gutters that might have water in them.
Sure, make a perception check.
$13.
13. Alright, you begin to look around for any water-filled gutters here, this area. Kaislor.
Oh, man. God damn it.
Technically, you'd be stepping through 2 enemy spaces, so you actually won't be able to get there. You can't step past enemies. Unless you're a small.
You can't move diagonally? I'm confused.
No, because technically they would be like, you know.
Oh.
It would still technically be moving through or past them. Yeah, it gets a little funky on a grid, but yeah.
Huh.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind for my own campaign.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's in the PHB for like movement and stuff in combat.
Well, I guess no advantage then. Fine. Fuck me, I guess. This guy.
So mean.
I am not. I'm having a bit of a time right now.
14 just hits, 30 definitely hits.
Delicious. Is this guy dead yet?
Yeah. Yeah, with 2 mighty blows with authority, you cut him down as he just hits the ground, bleeding out and unmoving.
Delicious. Fuck. Yeah. Yeah,
You can move now if you want.
Oh, yeah. Fucking God. Damn it. Thane's hand is just holding this chick, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I'll go do something about that. 5, 10, 15.
This guy's gonna get attack of opportunity on you.
Okay.
Not that it matters with fucking Bane and your ridiculous armor class. Alright, 24.
Okay, King, come on.
Only roll a 1. Nope, 22. Miss.
Nice.
I like how I say how much I hate Bane and then I use it against myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It made sense though. They were right there, like.
Yes.
It may be.
And also,
well,
why,
it's a matter of what would Ixon do?
Yeah, exactly.
yes, why would you play your NPC, your character, the way that you would play? And Bane is a fantastic spell for us players.
Alright, so that's Kaisler's turn. She rushes that way. This dude failed his wisdom saving throw against your intimidation check, so he is going to, he, like, goes to back up as Kaisler rushes up, and he just kind of bumps into her. Like, drops his swords, disengages, and runs the opposite direction.
Damn, okay, King. I see you.
40's just gonna dash as an action, and he's off the map. Thane.
Question: how big is the fire? Just so I know.
It's spreading now. It's about where you can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like licking up. It's already made its way up the walls and is now kind of like licking up the rooftops of the buildings. The people inside still, at the moment, unaware of what's happening.
Yeah, I had a crazy idea, but it won't work because there's too much fire. Okay, so Kaisalor is next to the girl, right? Bonus action, I'm going to let the girl on the ground carefully with my arcane hand.
Okay. Very carefully drops the ankles of the girl, the woman.
I think I can move the hand as well. Yeah, I can move the hand up and then cause, so no, but I would have to move it first before dropping, unless you allow me to drop and move the hand and do nothing else.
I would say dropping her is like there's no force like working against you there, so you could drop her for free.
Okay, so oh, it's an object interaction. I can use the hand. Fantastic. So I will move the hand here and attack this guy as a bonus action.
All right.
Where's the thing? 23
That hits.
for that. Ooh, it should be force. Force here.
Uncannily dodge. Taking 9 points of damage.
Okay, and as my action, I'm gonna move here and stab this guy twice,
Go for it.
like one does, you know.
Like one does.
Ooh, yeah, that's a nat 20. Where's my sneak? Come on, sneak. Yeah, we kind of happy here.
You dance around behind him as Ixan is kind of like flourishing his blades in front of him. You can see this guy's like, on a back step going to try and run away from Ixan as he just watched him cut down his other friend. And you just kind of dance around him quickly, take Sahundrian, and just with like this very faint kind of insertion sound, just this sound, you just stick it right to the back of the skull of the guy. And as you pull the blade out, these faint vibrations from the elvish hymn just kind of clean the blade, and his body drops to the ground, unmoving.
Bye. I was here, right? I was right here.
Yeah,
So that was-
you're right behind
yeah.
Ixan.
So I can go right here. And that's it. I don't have anything that I can throw at the guy. I have pepper box, I never learned how to use it. I still have it in my inventory.
The Winter's Crest gift from Danaki?
Yes. I keep the gifts from my friends. I don't have a dagger. Do I have a dagger on me? No, I don't. I do have the no blade. I could throw it, but I don't know how to go. I would have to drop it, right? Yeah. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Fine.
This guy kind of like looks over at you all. I don't know who the fuck you all are, but you just made an enemy for life. And he's gonna disengage and dash away.
King, you don't even know who we are, dog.
And he's off the map, gone.
Yeah, I can walk just as much as him without even disengaging, so I'm gonna catch up to him and grab him.
Well, he dashed with 60 feet of movement.
Exactly. I have 60 feet of movement.
Just base?
Yeah, I haven't moved, so I guess got my
Got the
bird.
30, and then.
Oh, you mean using your tabaxi thing? You have 60 feet. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you easily catch up to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to grapple him.
All right, make an athletics check. He's gonna roll an acrobatics check. No. Natural 1. You just kind of just like easily catch up to him. He kind of like looks over his shoulder as he's sprinting away. You reach out to try and grapple him. He tries to duck, and you just kind of grab him in a headlock and hold him there. It's like, let go of me.
Okay. So, shh, and I'm gonna pat him with my other hand. Shh. Let's play 3 questions, and then I'll let you go.
Well, for right now,
First question.
are you guys letting the other 2 go run away? Because one guy is like 90 feet away. Like, he's gone.
Yeah, can't catch up to him.
Okay. So with that, we'll say we're out of combat.
I could. I have a way to catch up to him. Should I? Because I have a
I
way.
would.
I think,
The survivors.
unfortunately,
There is the
But
fire,
I'm
I'm a
guys.
little busy right now.
Yeah, exactly. So.
So we'll say for right now, we're out of combat. For this moment.
Do I find a gutter tin?
Before we get to that, Snowy, what are you doing as you have him held there?
Hey, 3 questions. Who sent you? Why were you taking the girl? And what is her name?
Make an intimidation check with advantage. 17. Can I? I tell you, let me go, right?
All my life, deception.
Make a deception check. Jesus Christ. It's like, I have your word.
Hey, my word on a tabaxi. Come on, speak. And I'm just gonna pet him with my other hand, pet his hair, just brush it.
Part of the myriad. We're sent, we're hired by, some unknown entity. Capture her. Make it look like, she'd sauntered out into the woods and got by some beastie out there.
Okay, and who is she? Do you know who she is?
Nods and goes, that's Tusilla Latu. She's, the head of the Malka Guild.
So, do you know anything about who hired you? Nothing to be afraid. We're friends right now. We're friends. We're good. We're good.
That's kept secret. That's Lattice territory. We don't have, we're not privy to that information. We're just grunts.
I'm gonna tighten like my headlock and say, see, now you're not giving me information. We're not being friendly anymore.
I told you everything I know.
Insight.
Let's roll insight check. Seems to be telling the truth.
Okay, Keisler's not around. I grab my claws and I cut his throat and I drop him.
Okay.
Yeah, and then just walk back.
As you're holding him there, you take your claw and just rip it across his throat as blood spills out onto the ground, and his lifeless body hits the pavement, unmoving. As all of that was happening, Tarina, you do see up on the kind of where the rooftops slant up, you do see at the very edge, like the lip of the rooftop, there are a number of gutters. You can't see from your current vantage point if they have water or not, but that's what you see.
I'm gonna try to shake water anyway. We need to put this flame out.
Can I? This is me being since my hand is made of force, and I feel that force is tangible. Can I use the giant elven gauntlet to pat the flames or try to You know, like
Smother them?
Make
yeah.
just make a just roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier, an intelligence roll.
Intelligence 17.
17. You get a sense that could probably work. Tarina, you go ahead as you see the big arcane hand rise up and begin to try and smother the flames. You focus on the right-hand side gutter with shape water, and you just kind of, through arcane means, feel around and try and find any water. There isn't none. You look to the left, and you find a faint bit of very small stream of water that just runs the length of the gutter, and collect it all into a large globule. Make an intelligence check.
Sure.
22.
22.
You form it into a large globe, and as the arcane hand is on the other rooftop where the flames are much higher and bigger, you focus on the other rooftop and just take the globule and just splash the water across the rooftop and wall, smothering the flames as steam begins to rise up from the water, smothering the fire. The flames spread a little further out, but eventually, Thane, with your arcane hand, how long does it last?
1 minute. It's not a lot.
1 minute. You barely get the last flickers of flames out before the arcane hand vanishes. The buildings are charred and burnt, but they are no longer on fire.
Gotta be creative.
So they're fine.
And as far as
yes,
thankfully,
Hazel, they're fine.
we didn't hear screaming, so that's good.
Exactly. GG. I'm gonna wake this woman
They're
up.
gonna wake up and be like, "What happened to our house?"
Yeah, well, sucks to suck.
Jesus Christ.
So the girl, we're healing her at
Yeah.
all?
Yeah, I'm gonna give her like 6? Probably a commoner. Probably full hit points.
Okay, so you go ahead and cast a little bit of healing, and she wakes up, looks around, like, confused. You can see, like, where her dress is kind of, this almost deep V. You can definitely see some Kinao tribal tattoos that are kind of, like, poking out along her clavicle. Very much in the old kind of Polynesian style, where they actually sit down and they have to stamp each bit of ink into the flesh. It's this very beautiful, almost like curling waves and on themselves kind of tribal tattoo, and she kind of looks over at you all.
You're right now.
What is going on? What is happening?
Well, I was kind of hoping you could tell us. I mean,
she kind of like looks over behind her where the guy's dead body is and kind of pushes up off of it, like onto her feet.
It's okay. You're safe.
Yeah,
You're safe.
we came upon you getting snatched.
These men were going to snatch you.
DM, am I back yet?
Yeah, you would have been back already before this happened.
Yeah, apparently they thought that it would be fun to throw you into the woods and say that an animal killed you. Somebody paid them.
Who paid?
Who were they with?
Who paid
Did they
who?
say?
What?
They didn't say who they were, but they were hired by someone, that's for sure.
Well, they did say they were the Myriad.
Okay, yeah, they were the Myriad.
Slavers. Worthless scum.
The Myriad? What? Why would they want me?
They got hired by someone, lady.
She kind of like reaches up to her temple and like... Well, thank you all very graciously for your aid. My name is Drusilla Latu. Nice to meet you all. Who are you exactly?
DM, do I recognize that name?
No? Doesn't ring any bells.
No? Okay.
Before anyone actually even talks, I'm gonna say we're nobody of note. But yeah, you owe your lives to those two, and I point at Tarina and Kai.
Right.
Well, I'm there too, thank you.
Yeah, but Guy and Tarina would have been the ones that would have been selflessly running into danger.
Yeah. And now that you
I
get
literally used my magic to get her out.
now that you get a better look at her, by the way, as she's conscious, you can see Tusilla is a kind of a reddish copper-skinned female human with this thick, long, wavy black hair, very obviously of Kinao descent, and seems to take pride in that, given her travel tattoos and her style of clothing. She has this strange kind of almost it's like nobility-esque like air to her, even though she, definitely seems on the kind of worker class side of things. She kind of looks over at you and Tarina, and Keisler, and nods at you. Thank you. I appreciate your aid in this.
Oh, no big deal.
They didn't happen to say why they were going to throw me in the woods, did they?
Something about the guild. They're pissed at your guild.
You're in a guild.
Say that everyone roll an insight check.
Mm.
24.
Okay. Tarina, you notice a shift in her body language, as if she just kind of figured something out or put something together. Then she quickly kind of masks it and kind of looks down at the ground. But yes, I am the head of the Malka Guild here in Tusoa.
Did you find out something you weren't supposed to figure out?
I do not know what you mean, sorry.
You just looked down at your feet.
I just realized my shoes are missing. And she kind of goes over and picks up her shoes and slips them on.
Lady, two of those guys managed to escape. So, do you have somewhere to be?
As you say that, she kind of stops. Who escaped, you say?
Yes, they did.
What would the myriad want with you?
Roll a persuasion check, Tarina.
16.
Steps towards the edge of the alleyway, kind of like looking back and forth as you ask this, and kind of looks back at you. Now, to answer your first question, yes, I have somewhere safe to be. I will just go home. My wife will protect me, I can assure you of that. As for what they wanted with me, I can only assume it has to do with the information I found out about the Marquis. So,
Maris Tusimus?
that is correct, yes.
What a timely coincidence. I think you might be someone we could trust.
You just met me. I was getting attacked on the street. How can you be so sure?
I walk up to her just gently, not aggressively. Look around and pull out my signet ring and show it to her.
She kind of looks it over. No recognition. Just, some sort of nobility.
My name is Tarina. Tarina Runequill.
Again, no recognition.
of the Guadon rune quills?
Tarina.
I apologize. I don't.
Then forget you heard that.
Right, of
It was
course.
worth a try.
Uh,
Regardless,
Guadon is it's autonomous. We don't really. Not too much connection. We trade every now and again, but for the most part, they keep to themselves. So I apologize. It's not that I
no, it's
mean
okay.
any disrespect.
No, not at all. No apologies necessary.
That is more on their own local politicians than anything else.
I just figured it was worth asking. Regardless, what is the Marquis up to, if you don't mind my asking?
He is using the logging companies to transport slaves down to Port Damali. He is hollowing out logs and traversing them across the river. I don't know which logging company he is using. I don't know if it is the Majest or the Regvir. I've been trying to suss it out. Me and my wife have. She's quite the investigator, the astute one.
I look over to Thane. Should I tell her about the you-know-what?
That is up to you.
What if I were to tell you we have proof of sort of the Marquis' involvement with a criminal syndicate in Tal'dorei?
I've got to be honest, I would believe you easily, given everything that I've learned these past few weeks.
Forgive me for the interruption. But treasure of a marquis would be better done.
You're breaking up, Hazel.
Forgive me. Maybe discussing the treacherous nature of the marquis would be better done, not in the middle of the street.
Agreed.
Right.
I can go back to my home. I'm sure Leilani is very worried anyways, so...
Aha!
It's very what?
This is the name of the fucking investigator, isn't it? Fucking Zalezo captain.
It is, yeah.
Well, seems like coincidence has struck us again.
Yeah,
that
I'm
sounds
gonna,
good.
while they're talking, I'm gonna investigate like the pockets of the dead people.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check. 19. Rummaging through their pockets, two of the red cloaks got away, but the one that you did manage to kill, you find roughly 100 gold pieces on him, as well as a potion of healing, just a normal potion of healing. The other dead individuals, you find collectively across all of them 75 gold pieces, and that's it. Their weapons are mundane, well crafted but mundane.
I pocket for now 150, and I give 25 to Ixen.
Okay. Ixen kind of looks at it. I don't need that, thanks though.
Okay.
But Tusila looks at the rest of you. Would you care to accompany me at my home?
Yes, sure, that sounds...
That sounds wonderful, thank you.
At this point, Ixen kind of goes, this Leilani, she wouldn't happen to be the captain of the Zalezo, would she? Tusila kind of nods. Could say that, if she had any Zalezo to captain.
Right, yeah.
We
Where
noticed
are
that. Where
they?
are all the Zalezo? That was
You know what?
very
Actually,
odd.
maybe that'll be a question we
Yeah.
ask her, and not out
Yeah.
here.
Well, yes,
Let's
please.
go.
We can head back to my home and we can discuss this there. Ixon,
Excellent.
You're really sharp. You're really sharp tonight, Kai.
Ah, thank you. You know, it's my extreme intelligence shining through. By the way, and she gets down low to whisper to her, for someone who's so concerned about their secret identity, you sure have a habit of flaunting it around. Either mention it all the time or don't mention it at all, maybe? She seems nice enough, but she's a random woman on the street and, well, you're, wanted. So
Yeah.
maybe not next time. And she pats her twice on the shoulder and just walks
I,
ahead.
I'm sorry. I didn't think. Tar just kind of slumps, but nods, and follows.
all right. So as you follow Tusilla through the streets of Tusoa, you manage to finally reach the actual Loto Plaza proper, which is this grand, kind of open space. You can see the two main thoroughfares meet here within Loto Plaza, where you can see in the center of the Loto Plaza is this strange architecture of a building. It looks like it, especially in the faint kind of shimmering light of nearby torchlight and oil lanterns that hang along the streets. It almost looks like it's made out of some sort of watery, crystalline material. You can see as the faint light kind of shimmers across it, right above the door is this almost Ouroboros like snake visage with three eyes along it. It's been slightly defaced, but for the most part it's still relatively intact. And you can see the grounds around it are beautifully kept with neatly trimmed hedges and flower beds placed all throughout, which kind of makes a wide berth around that area. You also see a number of other places of note within the Loto Plaza as well. You see what appears to be the Ahi Woodwind Theater, the Spotted Herb, which appears to be some sort of alchemist shop of sorts, and the Green Countess, which is a beautiful citrine and emerald stoned inn. Making your way past and through the Loto Plaza, you eventually reach what appears to be one of the nicer residential areas, where Tusoa is shaped like roughly like a V. This would be a kind of like northwesternmost point, about as far from the docks and the fishing district as you can get. You see the houses here are a little bit nicer, and for the first time since you've been in Tusoa, past like 30 or so minutes, you spot your first Zalezo, a human man in the armor and accoutrement of Zalezo, carrying a torch, just seemingly patrolling. And as you kind of approach and pass, he just kind of nods. It's good to see you out and about, Tusada. And she kind of nods back at him. You as well. She pushes past. And eventually you come upon a very nice quaint, single-story home. You can see the front window shutters are pulled back, and a faint bit of candlelight is pouring out onto the street. Drusilla kind of looks at all of you. It is not very spacious, but it should do the trick. Just follow me. And she unlocks the door, makes her way in. As she does, you kind of immediately hear someone stand up. This faint sound of like a sword being brandished, and you just hear her go, "Alright, it is just me." And stepping through, you see what appears to be a female, a woman, with this kind of almond-colored skin tone with light brown eyes. Her hair is kept short. The sides and back are shaved, creating this almost swooping undercut style. And she has this very square, intense jaw line, but is otherwise, much like the rest of the Kinao, quite beautiful in their elegant islander visage. And she's kind of puts the sword on the table and rushes up and gives Drusilla a big hug. Here, you were supposed to be back so long ago. She kind of looks over at all of you. The hell are these people? These are my saviors, I suppose you could call them. Please, all of you enter. I didn't get any of your names, by the way.
Snowy, do you got any wine?
Saying
Kaisalo? Pleasure.
I look at Thane and Kai as if I'm not sure if I should give my name.
Kai just raises an eyebrow with you, well, like, cat's out of the fucking bag now, dog. Like, just might as well.
And this young lady is Tarina. And
my name is Tarina Runequill.
And Ixen on the back.
Leilani kind of nods, and Ixen just goes, "Yeah, it's Ixen. Man, we've actually met." And you see Leilani kind of nods at him with a little bit of recognition. Oh. It's good to see that at least one of you escaped. Barely. How goes the rest of my family? Currently in the, currently in the low-tide prisons, I'm afraid, my friend. Probably be tried for, conspiring against the Marquis very soon, once, Maros gets off his plump lazy ass. Well, my name is, Leilani Akela. Call me Leilani if you wish. I'm the captain of what you could call a Legion of Zalezo. It's good to meet you all. Thank you for saving Drusilla? Drusilla nods. What exactly are you all doing here? I'm confused by our meeting on the street. Karina said her name as if I should know it, but unfortunately I did not. Is that what your business here is?
Oh, well. It's funny. It's sort of a wild coincidence, actually. Well, we're partially here about, and she gestures to Ixen, his people. And we're partially here about, the Marquis.
Leilani and Drusilla kind of exchange a glance. Huh. So you two have your eyes on the Marquis, then?
I suppose you could say that, yeah. It's more like the Marquis has his eyes on us, and we'd rather not, so.
In what way do you mean?
Well, just Stands there.
Perhaps I should explain at this point. Because you brought us into your home, and I think it's only fair that you know the truth. Are you familiar with the Are you familiar with the Runequill massacre?
It does not ring any bells. I apologize. I don't even recognize
okay.
the name, if I'm being completely honest.
A noble house near Gordon. We have
That would
reason to
explain
believe
why we didn't
that
get news of that.
we have reason to believe that the Marquis had a direct hand in hiring the cutthroats who had my family murdered.
That is quite a hefty accusation to be lumping towards the Marquis of the Clovis Concord.
Indeed.
What proof do you have?
I looked at Thane.
I've been in the process of translating a ledger from the class, an organization from Tal'dorei where we're from. They have his name under a hiring tab. We also heard that is word of mouth from the person that he hired before they came to this.
The man who probably cut my father's throat.
Right, yes. So there's a contract out on her life, by order of the Marquis. So that's a problem, clearly.
Can I see your proof that you have?
Fine.
I'll show the translation and then look at them. Do you speak Thieves'
I'm a little bit rusty, but I speak it a little bit. Leilani says as she kind of reaches.
I'll show the original.
She takes it and kind of looks it over and flips through it.
And then that, compounded with whatever other evidence of corruption we can scrounge up on him, should be enough to.
You can see, like, Leilani has, like, this almost renewed vigor in her face as she's looking through this. It's beautiful. Oh, this is we can figure out which logging company he's using. We can nail his ass finally. She hands you back the book thing.
I've been translating it into common just so people that don't understand the language of thieves would be able to understand what the content of this ledger is. And there are a lot of other names, as you can see, but it doesn't matter in this particular case.
I have no idea how serendipitous your arrival is. She looks at Tusilla, who's just kind of deep in thought. See, like, it's almost this like look of like nausea washing over her face. Right. Quite serendipitous, I suppose.
I don't mean to pry. Are you okay?
We've oh, she like sits down.
Did you usurp your place?
We have been garnering trust and support from the other guilds. The Amalco Guild we have the full support of. Drazen Core, the Green Countess, we have support of a number of the others. The Yahi Woodwind Theater. We've been trying to figure out what which logging company he's been using so we can garner the trust and support of the other one, and then we'll have enough financial support to make a claim to the Clovis Concord to overthrow him. But it would seem everyone wants me to take his place once he's gone, and I didn't think we'd actually get this far.
Ah,
I wasn't far off.
see.
Good to know my instincts are still good.
And Leilani kind of kneels down in front of her. This is what we've been waiting for. We've been wanting to nail this bastard for years.
And I would say, I know the reason why you were attacked now. And who
Yes.
ordered it. Proving that might be a little bit more difficult, but
Seems
I'm
that
sure.
he's gotten wind of something. Perhaps we've been poking and prodding into the logging companies a little too in depth, and one of them tipped him off.
Well,
But you all
Is
are.
it- he came to your life.
What was that?
Wasn't it good that we appeared in your life to save it and help?
That was quite lucky, I suppose.
Courage.
Excuse me. I am down with political resolution, revolution, and all that stuff, and all this great stuff. But and no offense, Diary, but your family passed away, and my family is still alive. So I
Right.
kind of want to make sure that they're alive
I-
first.
I understand, Snowy.
Leilani kind of stands and turns towards Ixan. That reminds me, the tiefling man. Donald? Ixan's
Yes.
Donar. Alright, he said if you were to return, said something about, it falls out of Tusoa and find Snowy?
I am Snow Falls. Your message holds no goddamn sense.
He's talking about your mom.
What, she's here?
She's she's kind of the I don't even know what you would call her. She takes care of the Marquis' kids. She's under his employ. Or
Well,
at
that's
least
No.
servitude.
That's good to know. Okay.
Leilani speaks up, but you all are strangers here. I don't know what your investigative prowess is, but if you could look into the Majest, Regver logging companies and figure out which one is working for the Marquis, you could potentially shut it down, or at least get them to turn on the Marquis, and we will have our evidence.
Well, I don't know how conventionally good at investigation we are, but if tonight is any indication, it seems things like this just happen to fall into our lap.
And also, how can we help Snowy's family? We need them out.
I think this is the quickest way.
Where's the Marquis stay? And Leilani kind of points towards Loto Plaza. That weird fucking building you saw? That is the YOLO. That is the home of the Marquis. I'm gonna stake it out. You won't need me in your investigation.
Hell, you are. Where the fuck are you going?
Olo. O-L-O.
Okay, sorry.
I understood YOLO, and I was like, yeah, I guess. Sorry.
The Olo. That's the home of the Marquis. Ixon looks at you, Snowy, and just, I'm not asking. I'm gonna go stake it out.
God damn it. Just kind of go sit down at the table. Lady, do you have some wine? Second time I ask.
Snowy.
She just full on ignores you. So, the investigation, are you open to helping us?
Oh, yes, of course.
Absolutely. I won't allow that fat slug to get away with what he did. To anyone.
Should be willing to help us break Snowy's family free.
That
As
is the
well.
thing. If you manage to help us with this investigation, then Scylla would be Marquis and...
Yeah, Marquis gets booted off the island. New Marquis in place. Suddenly, they're not,
They have-
traitors or whatever anymore, and then, problem solved.
How long do they have?
My, what little influence I have left continues to hold firm. Few more days.
Not terribly long, but assuming we don't dawdle long enough for us to get our shit together and find some corrupt loggers, I guess.
Slavers.
Right, yes, of course.
Well, the heads of the logging companies is Akamu, Majest, and Tadashi Regvir. So, those are the two individuals. Both logging companies are up north of Tusoa, right on the outskirts of the fence, if you will, in the woods there. You are more than welcome to obviously spend the night here if you so wish.
Ah, fantastic. And then bright and early tomorrow morning we go, I don't know, pretend to be interested in logging and take a look around.
From what my investigation is, she kind of like runs her hands through her hair. She takes a seat next to Tusilla. From what I can tell, I think Akamu is, I think he's on the up and up. I have trouble believing that someone who takes great pride in their Kinao descent is a slaver, but I recommend caution if you approach or speak to either one of them. Just be on your safest of guards and be diligent.
Right. Okay. Sounds like a plan. A tomorrow plan, but
Thank you so much for bringing us into your home.
That is the least I can do for saving this one.
And
She kind of reaches over and kisses Tusilla on the cheek, who is still just like deer in the headlights staring at the far wall. Just, oh god.
You're going to do fine. You're going to do fine.
No, sure, of course I am.
you clearly have a good heart, so I think you'll do just fine.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. Truly, I have the worst headache of my life, so I'm going to go lay down. Good night.
Good night.
Besides, if we take the car into Marquis, but I didn't want to say it in front of her. That's not very encouraging. But I think we have. How is it that they say? Two birds, one stone.
And we get a very, very awful man out of a place of authority.
Exactly.
And make him answer for all the blood and suffering he's caused and spilt over the years.
And we get your name cleared, and we save Snow's family. We just need to understand where to begin the investigation.
And would you look at that? All done here. Easy peasy.
Everyone, I'm sorry if I've seemed just so desperate. I guess I've been wanting to get this off of my chest, that's all. And save your family, Snowy.
Well, Slaylani kind of stands. Tomorrow, hopefully, we can begin on our pathway to taking out the Opala, huh? Again, mahalo for your help today, saving Tusila.
Right, yes. Of course. We'll head off early tomorrow morning and we'll see what we can see and report back if we find anything. Well, with what we find. We'll find something.
I say mahalo to you as well.
Which is thank you in Kinao. She kind of nods at you. Kind of, like, oh, okay. And she kind of steps back into the far hallway, following Tusila.
Right.
Before I go, sorry, we have 2 rooms, guest rooms, and you can sleep in the living room as well if you wish.
Fantastic. Thank you.
She kind of continues off.
Right, okay. All of you should. We should all sleep. It's going to be early morning.
Right.
Right, I should probably prepare the sky spell tomorrow just in case.
Yes, as many subterfuge things as you magic people can manage. I'm sure you've got like negation spells or something wild, right?
Let's see, I could.
That's how magic works, right?
She says as if she hasn't been around magic for like the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Kai, I can sit down and explain it to you when I don't have all of this crap going through my head.
Oh, you could.
Hey,
I would
before I
love
forget,
nothing more than to do that.
I put 42 gold pieces in front of each of them.
Okay.
Cool. Stuff. Almost made back our investment on the horses.
How much?
Fantastic.
I just stare back.
42.
Wait.
42.
42.
Nice.
Ixon kind of looks at you, Snowy, kind of claps you on the shoulder. Gonna do good. Gonna get our family back. And if I see a chance, an opening, get your mom out of that fucking house, I'm gonna take it.
You're not gonna do no such thing. You get captured again, then that's 6 fucking people I gotta get out of there.
Alright, fine.
Instead of 5.
But I'm gonna keep an eye on her.
God damn you. And I go and I stand up and I just give him a hug.
Gives you a hug back. Pats you on the cheek. You all, it was a pleasure traveling with you.
Likewise.
Likewise. Oh,
You're
sorry
good
about
man.
the whole, stab thing earlier.
No, I was gonna mention that, but I was like, better to leave it alone.
Well,
Wait,
here I
what?
am, not leaving it alone.
What
Yeah,
what
a
happened?
knoll hit me with a magic weapon, and then all of a sudden I just, swung. So,
Oh, you were magically compelled.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. All I know is that I stabbed him and I feel bad about it.
Sometimes magic be like that. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, thank you. I respect that. Thank you.
Maybe you get used to her hitting you. It happens constantly.
Only when you say
Anyway,
stupid things,
Ixen.
like I rehomed your dog.
Yeah, with you it's kind of like on purpose. With him, it was mind really.
Well, don't let Snow Falls do anything too stupid.
If he does something stupid, we'll bail him out of it.
How can I do anything stupid? You're taking all the stupid with you.
Fair enough. He walks out of the house. So?
I walk up to Snowy. Snowy, for what it's worth, I promise you I'll do everything I can to save your mom. And the rest of your family. Master Simmons has torn apart enough families. I'm not gonna let him tear apart another one.
I look back and I just give a half smile. Okay, I'll take the table. Anyone wants to leave in the room?
Wow. Wow. Why am I not surprised?
Just don't scratch someone else's table, or you're gonna have to pay for it. I'm gonna take the room.
Alright.
Hi, you're awesome, you know that?
Oh yeah, totally. Sort of like my thing, you know? Was that too much? I feel like that was too much.
No. It wasn't too much at all. If anything, well, ooh, I'm loopy. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. Goodbye.
It was too much.
Yeah.
So, as you guys all head off to separate places to sleep for the evening, Snowy on a table. Jesus. Before you go to bed for the evening, Kaisler, get a sending on your sending stone
Oh!
from Danaki, which you haven't.
Oh!
The whole 4 days of travel, you didn't hear from him.
Oh, that's great. That's probably why she's been so fucking irritable, because he went off to Super Hell and hadn't called.
But you just hear back, hey, first jump, successful-ish. We kind of just fell for a couple of days through the air until we eventually managed to get back. Anyways, hope you're doing good.
God, I am so glad you called. Oh man. Good to know things are going okay-ish. We're fine. Gonna do some political subterfuge. Nice.
Nice. I don't know why that made me laugh.
This is a solid 25.
There you go.
I'm not leaving a single word unsaid, dog. Nice.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So, as you guys all rest for the evening,
You're awesome, Mara.
I try to use a scrying stone, still no go.
Well, you used it on the 4th day's morning, which is still the same day, so yeah.
Okay.
You'll have to wait for tomorrow to try it again.
No problem.
If you have the spell, you can just use
Not
it.
prepared.
It's not a ritual? Scrying isn't?
Nope.
Damn, okay.
So silly.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But it's because it's so powerful. It's a concentration spell.
That's true. It is pretty strong. Hell of a reconnaissance spell.
Yep.
So as you guys all find rest for this evening, that's where we'll pick up next session.
Yahoo!
You guys finally have made it to Tasoa A little bit of political maneuvering is already underway.
We finally have a hole that we can go through.
That's what she said. So,
Christ, I'm leaving. I hate this family.
Oh my gosh.
so that's gonna be it.
Why? Oh my gosh.
Anyways, that's gonna be it from us, Internet. Thank you so much. Good night.
Oh my god.
Night.
Bye.